Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless, it is love-based, and yes, we have us another 18 plus reading. I think it's been a while, I don't remember, but it has definitely been a while since we've uploaded, so we are not going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to rinse and repeat a fan favorite, a channel favorite, whatever you want to call it. You guys really love those how they will get you alone videos, so we're going to roll with that concept today. Now, I will hop right into the pile selection for those that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to make your selection based on me verbally describing it. Pile 1 is the pink, orange, peach, purple combination hybrid orb. Pile 2 is the turquoise, aqua, purple, whatever you want to call it, hybrid of an orb. And then pile 3 is the deep blue, pink, purple orb. Okay, before I give you this moment, I just want to give the disclaimer, as this is an 18 plus reading, that this is for informational purposes only, educational purposes only. YouTube don't play that. So I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1. So this is your reading. Let's see how your person, crush, all of the things. Remember, we look at past, present, and incoming energy, however it resonates for you, all of the things. So we're going to see how they get you alone. And yeah, I'm going to leave my little disclaimer of this is for educational purposes only, informational purposes only, because YouTube does not like that energy. I'm going to use this new deck that I still have. I need to get familiar with. So we do have the book here just because I'm curious to see what's going to come out in this reading. I have a tarot deck. I switched the orders of some of my decks because they began to fight back. So I don't know if that's specific to your pile or if that's just going to be a theme in this reading overall for all 3 piles. But after this, we are not going to go into an astrology oracle deck. We're going to go into the Black Hollywood Romance Stars deck. So something about attention, right? The fact that that's going to be next after we kind of dig deeper, because this is kind of a shadow deck, this oracle, and then a tarot. So something about attention is going to be a theme here. So yeah, let's hop into it. How they will get you alone, pile 1. So let's get your overview. That's probably going to look really weird with that deck being before the astrology this oracle deck, but I don't care. We're here to get the messages, not for it to be super cute. Tell me about my pile 1s. Some of you, yes, I did have to pause because I'm talking about how it's, because if you're familiar with my channel, you know I use that deck, and it's kind of like a it's like inspired to some degree by the Romance Angels oracles. That's why I use them in conjunction. But by me putting that astrology based oracle deck between the two of them and me saying like it's not attractive, it's to the point, some of you, this may be a little casual situation. Like you're asking about someone you're doing something really casual with. It's not like a commitment or relationship, and it may not even be on the trajectory of a relationship. And I don't know if you know that or if that person knows that, but it just feels like it could be a theme in this pile. Don't overreact if that's not you. That just came through as I was like being a Virgo, and just like that's not going to be cute. Also with the astrology between those 2 decks, it's kind of feeling like transits, timing, the bigger picture between 2 decks that are very similar and contrasting. So that could be you and your person's energy. I don't know, but let me get my overview for this. All right. The Witch's Garden, number 33. Yeah, I mean, that is that kind of contrasting energy. You have the masculine, feminine polarity here in this deck, kind of coming together, kind of like a Ace of Pentacles energy. I'm going to get the book so that we can just check it out. 33, boom, right there. It's all of the planets, all of the elements, including spirit. And then when we talk about divination, it talks about potential and the fulfillment of potential, divine messages, psychic information, two individuals kind of coming together to manifest, and it talks about twin powers to receive information and ideas and then act upon them in a magical force of creation. So I'm not gonna lie, two polarities in this pile so far. This is either really casual, really cut and dry, or it's kind of giving that kind of twin flame energy, even if you look at the imagery, because it's talking about two forces coming together to create something. Some of you, if you are in a committed connection, the next time I get you alone, it may be planned. That may be the structure, right? It may be planned for conception. You may be trying to conceive if you're at that stage of a connection. Others of you, it is just either super casual or super spiritually enlightening, right? But one of those polarities, and you can fall in between, right? Some of you, it may be intended to be casual and then become super spiritually enlightening, or you may expect it to be super spiritually enlightening and you're like, right? Like it could be either or, right? So let's see what's at the bottom. Angel's trumpet. I take it back. I don't take it back because there's always a polarity, but the dominant energy here is going to be those soulmates, divine counterparts energy. So even if it's super casual, this will either awaken you to your path, right? Like if you believe in twin flame, divine counterpart, like maybe I'm not like super knowledgeable on those concepts, I'll give the disclaimer, but something about this person getting you alone will either awaken you to a connect, like the deepness of the connection with them, or it will deepen, like it will awaken you to your desire for more. Others of you, it could even awaken you to your desire for a connection with someone else, if that makes sense. So I'm just, angel's trumpet, it's like a call home, a call to union, right? And some of you, that's literally how this person plans to get you home. They kind of see a concept of divine union. They see you as kind of like a divine counterpart. So they're feeling like calling you home, like getting you, like it may literally be a phone call, right? Or a message, but like it just feels like calling you home. So something, I don't know, we'll pull cards to get details, but that seems to be the overwhelming thing of calling home, calling to union. Like again, that divine counterpart energy. Angel's trumpet is one, so we shouldn't have to fight for this card. Let's see. Angel's trumpet, it is Venus and Saturn, and the element is air. And in divination meaning, it says, when you see angel's trumpet come up in a reading, it's time to ask yourself what message you're not hearing that is urging you to transform. Okay, and it says, look at the devils holding their ears as they cannot stand her holy sound. What devils or attachments do you need to cast out from your life, allowing you to evolve? Look to the graveyard, to what are you dying, and to what are you being reborn. Let go, trust the process, as you really have no choice. Wow. Okay, how can the ancestors help you? Who in your lineage is willing to help you speak your truth and offer a message to you? Y'all, that's a lot. So many things. So when it comes to this deck, that's why I wanted to use that, because I knew it was going to give me a lot of information, because it's done that in my last reading. But some of you, this person's already been dropping hints. If you're at, like, when we're asking a specific person, right, we're talking about how they will get you alone. They've been dropping hints, right? Because it talks about ignoring messages, not hearing it. Some of you, it's one of these two polarities. This person's been trying to get you alone, but you should be avoiding them. Or this person's been trying to get you alone and you, okay, so you've either been avoiding something you should be doing, or you're doing something you should be avoiding. You know where you fall, and if not, we'll try to help you just because of how this is. It's like a call that's being ignored. So whether it's a call to stop or a call to go, you're gonna have to figure out where you fall in this polarity based on these cards. Interesting. And then I'm also, because we're asking how this person will get you alone, you're dealing with someone that's either very passionate and outgoing or very avoidant. Again, we always have these polarities. I'm going to develop each of them if I can, if I'm intended to, because I usually do, but I don't like to make promises that I can't guarantee I will be able to keep. So let's pull these cards. Witch's Garden and Angel's Trumpet. Tell me more about my pile one. How will this person get you alone? And just so we're clear, We will get into that intimate energy. Like I said, from an informational and educational perspective, I do have a deck at the end that is very specific to that energy. So if it's not coming through predominantly, because some of y'all ask about people that don't have that energy, we'll pull what we can, right? We'll not force, but we'll try to get what we can. So tell me more about how this person that pile one is asking about will get them alone. Five of Cups. Oh wow, okay. This is some interesting energy. So we've got Five of Cups, spilled milk. Now I'm not gonna lie. While I'm gonna read it traditionally, intimately, it was an energy of like spilling all over the place. So really hot and passionate. Like, I don't know if it's some makeup energy here because of the Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups is a spilled milk. It's a card of regret, a card of loss, missed opportunities, wallowing in your misery and missing out on those two cups that are actually sitting back there still available to you. So it could be what we're talking about when we talk about that energy of you've been missing chances, if that makes sense. Some of you, especially if you're waiting for this person has definitely been dropping hints. Like if you're worried about how they're gonna get you alone, like you've been missing chances with the Five of Cups. Others of you, if you're avoidant, like you've still been missing chances. Like something about you missing chances or this person's been missing chances. This is definitely my divine counterpart pile because the energy is not confusing, but it's so polarized. It's one is this way, one is that way, right? So like, I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell who is who, probably because it's the general messages. A lot of you are watching this. So some of you fall on one end and your person falls on the other end. You're gonna have to look for your personality traits and your person's personality traits to kind of figure out where you fall here, okay? Because someone here has a regret. It could be both of you for different reasons, but it's giving makeup sex already, okay? The intimacy is going to be some form of makeup or coming into union, or if this is a brand new, right, where there's not enough history to be a sort of a makeup, it's a coming into union with someone after some missed opportunities, some hardships, some failed romantic experiences, if that makes sense, okay? Interesting. So let me get two more. I'll take the bottle. Tell me more about my pile one. How will this person get my pile one alone? And I say incoming energy as if you don't have anyone in mind, this will be the next person you're dealing with. Because everyone has a message here. Four of Swords. Yeah, definitely some makeup. Because Four of Swords talks about rest and recovery and healing, especially after that Five of Cups energy. Those of you where you're dealing with your crush, your partner, your situationship, whatever it is, some makeup after, you know, some type of loss or some healing and all of it. It's a healing, regretful energy here. That's why it's giving me the makeup situation. And again, those of you where it's brand new, this could truly just be intimacy, Four of Swords, after missed opportunities, right? Could be just that cut and dry for those of you where it's not enough history, or where you have that history or your person has that history. It'll be following, you know, that's your confirmation that this is your pile that we're talking about. Interesting, because yeah, it's like a trumpet's angel's trumpet. Some of you is long overdue with Four of Swords and the Five of Cups. That angel's trumpet is like the wishes garden. It's like witches guarding. I said wishes, so it could be a wish fulfillment, but it talks like watering your garden, and angel's trumpet, like sounding the alarm, like long time overdue. Could be for you or your person. Let's talk about it. Tell me more. It's a countdown. 5, 4. Page of Swords. Definitely messages. I mentioned messages, especially with that trumpet. It's going to be a message. It's going to be a conversation. Could be a plan, right? But definitely messages, okay? Communication, right? Probably a healing conversation, a healing message, or waiting to hearing from someone after thinking you weren't going to hear from them ever again or anymore, or after an argument, or after a break, after space for healing. All of those things are coming through for you, Pile 1. Okay? So let me see where my brand news fall in. Some of you, the angel's trumpet is a surprise. Some of you are going to learn that your crush is actually interested in you in their attempt to get you alone. So that's going to be your confirmation. That's what it is, like a kind of thinking something was lost and kind of like getting ready to move on. And then boom, you get your confirmation, that angel's trumpet. right? The garden, like, oh, wow, it's happening. So that's what I'm seeing for a lot of you coming through with that brand new energy, okay? Either your crush feels like they kind of were missing a chance, and whatever conversation you have, interaction you two have confirms it, or you kind of like, oh, it's not going anywhere, or this person's not interested, let me find a new crush, and then boom, you get the angel's trumpet at the bottom. Queen of Wands. Someone's gonna go for it. That's why we have these messages, okay? That's why we have these messages. So the Queen of Wands is very personality, like very outgoing energy. It is passionate, someone that commands a lot of attention, someone that commands a lot of respect, someone that doesn't really like, someone that actually has options, someone that doesn't have to wait or wallow in this energy. So and it's not gender specific, because again, masculine, feminine, even though this is a dominantly feminine energy, I don't know if because the depictions visually is that of a masculine wallowing, maybe the masculine is wallowing because maybe a feminine is stepping out, could be, right? Like stepping out, very shiny, very attractive, a lot of attention, a lot of options, could be, just because of the imagery. But again, I don't like to push, it's not gender specific. You can flip it if that narrative suits in reverse. But yeah, someone's very passionate, and someone is going for it, especially if they're feeling or fearing of some sort of a loss. This pile is very serious, just so we're clear. That's why like my tone is like so serious. Like it's feeling so serious. Like it's not like how they're gonna get you alone. It feels like things that need to be worked through and all of that. So let me pull my decks that I'm using, not in the order I like to. Let me see what this deck is gonna give me on how this person's gonna get you alone. I am getting jealousy here. Someone's jealous here, and I don't know why. Like it doesn't have to be another person, because I don't even see another person here. I'm just seeing jealousy. I'm seeing fears, insecurities with the Five of Cups. Four of Swords is possibly healing that. Yeah. This combination of the Five of Cups and the Four of Swords, like mustering up a courage to speak to someone that is very personable, very attractive and whatnot. Like Queen of Wands can be out of like someone's league to some degree. So mustering up that courage, okay? And Wands, that queen there, she is, I say she, but she can be any gender. She is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius-based energy. So let me see. Tell me more about how this person's gonna get my pile ones alone. Some of you, it'll be a simple, like if it's not like wallowing in all of the things, and it could still be a sadness to get to it. But if there's distance, this Five of Cups and Four of Swords into Page of Swords literally sounds like I miss you. You know, it could be that if there's distance. Love at first sight, the instant gravitational pull you two felt when first meeting lets you know that this is a soul connection. I mentioned that here. And then love at first sight is kind of someone taking someone else's breath away, right? Capturing their attention immediately, them knowing immediately that they want to pursue, at least on the sensual level, right? Love at first sight that we have here matches very well with that Queen of Wands, right? That fiery energy. We get, I think I want 3 from this deck. Why not? That's some interesting energy coming through, because I was like debating, do I want this in reverse? But I guess I'll take it. So we have main attraction. Someone can't keep their eyes off you. You are the leading star. You are the center of attention. And I mentioned, as I was like getting myself together, attention at the beginning. So in reverse, it talks about not getting attention. So you've got someone that here that's like, oh, love at first sight, immediate attraction, but not going for it. Maybe that's the regret. It's the not going for it, the holding back of attention, like withholding of attention, possibly pretending that someone's not really getting all of the attention in a room. Like for you guys, my brand new crushes, like pretending they don't necessarily see you and that they're not attracted to you, like trying to be like high and mighty in some instances I can see, and then it like being the missed opportunity. So I'm gonna try to peel through how we get to this, because here we are, deeper intimacy. It says the feelings of emotional closeness and love allow you to feel safe, desired, and more connected to your partner, but it is maturing energy. So how do we go from love at first sight to withholding of attention to the eventual deepening of intimacy? Right? Like, you tell me in the comments, because this is your story and it's going to be different for all of you, but it's like angel's trumpet, regret, healing, and then let's go for it, deeper intimacy. Because deeper intimacy, maturing, shows that it is like going, like that is truly how they will get you alone. Like that is the definition of getting someone alone, is deeper intimacy. So at the bottom we've got new chapter. A fresh start is always good for everyone. Doors are opening for this new phase within your love life. So this is funny because you've got a new chapter. So some of you, this is a new stage in the connection, right? My brand new crushes, it's kind of like the back and forth, back and forth. This is not someone that has historically or will interact with you immediately, right? Like they'll see you, you'll connect, you may make eye contact, but it'll take a while for them to muster up some energy to actually pursue you or you pursue them, okay? That's what I'm getting for the crushes. And eventually, they'll step out of that energy, or have stepped out of that energy, and will step into a bit more passionate, open, communicative energy. Okay, that's where we are so far in the pile. Those of you where you have contact with this person, right? My actual connections, my romantic connections, my situationships, friends with benefits, all of the things, whatever labels you guys use. New chapters. So if you're asking about someone that has historically, there's been some situations with some Five of Cups energy, some healing necessarily needing to happen, some withholding of attention, after some love at first sight, some needing deepening of intimacy. I'm seeing this new chapter stepping in, and that's how they get you alone. There's a new chapter, there's a fresh start after a loss, after regret, after healing, fresh, renewed, especially those of you that are exes, right? I know you hate it when I bring up your exes. I promise. I don't do it on purpose, but it happens. So Page of Swords is communication after healing from some loss. Okay. Right? Especially with the renewed energy of the Queen of Wands. And then you have a new chapter. So if this is an ex you are actively asking about, you get a fresh start. I'm seeing coming in, and there will be a deepening of intimacy. I just need to see how, because we've gotten all the stuff, right? But I want to see how. So let me pull now from this astrology oracle deck, and I do have 3 more decks, 2 more love ones. One of them is a twin flame soulmate deck, since we have that which is garden, and I do have that erotic sex answers oracle, so we can get that more intimate energy, because I'm not getting too many details regarding that intimacy. All I get is someone is looking so good, and someone is pretending that they don't look good, or trying to like downplay how attracted they are to someone, especially after seeing someone after some time, like trying to like downplay how good someone looks. But someone here looks so good. Okay. Like that's what I'm getting. Like so good. Someone looks really attractive here after some time. Okay. So let me see. Tell me more about my pile ones. How do they plan to get you alone? South Node, destined to release. Yeah, it's after some time, right? After some healing, after some clearing, and a new chapter. So for me, South Node is historical energy, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, it's past energy. It is what you're comfortable with, what you're used to, what you're familiar with, your natural talents in this life. You're meant to evolve and grow into your North Node. This feels like backtracking. So a lot of you, this does feel like an X. That said, my brand new connections, my brand new crushes, it doesn't have to be an ex or someone you were dealing with. It could be a crush like coming back, right? It could be someone you had a crush on, or someone you have a crush on that you're asking about. And then like you may be either moving on, about to move on, or moved on already, and they come back. Okay. And it doesn't have to be this long drawn out timeline. It could simply be like, let me just make up a random timeline. For example, those of you for brand new crushes, it's like, okay, it's been a week. You saw this person, you're really attracted to each other, you made eye contact, nothing happened, blah, 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 blah. You keep seeing them, you like them, you think they like you, you're like watching them, you're like, let me ask about them, blah, 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 blah. Another week passed by. Then it's like, okay, nothing's happening, what's going on? And then week 3, you're like, no. So you just kind of like live your life, and then week 4 this person finally is like, hey, I've been watching you for a while, coming back, right? And I say 4 weeks, but like, I'm just making things up just to give you perspective on what I mean about someone coming back and it not having to be this long drawn out process like it may be for those of them in established connections, or with history with exes and marriages that come into these piles. Okay, but yeah, South Node is familiar, so that's also coming through. Watering a garden, right? Angel's trumpet, messages, watering a garden, something that's familiar. So here's the thing, whatever this person knows about you, whatever they know you like, they're going to use that to nurture the connection, to get closer to you so that they can deepen the intimacy between the two of you. Okay, like this is familiar, comfortable energy. This is complimenting you. Oh, you look so good, pal one. Oh, like that was so good how you did the thing, and you're so talented doing this. It's flattery, right? It's also taking interest in the things that you enjoy and all that, like things, like I said, familiar comforts, right? Especially if there was something that was lost, like giving it, like gifting you, like if it was a physical item, gifting you something, or even if it was attention and time, circling back and giving you that's the approach to getting you alone. So we've cracked that code. Let me get another one and I'll take the bottom. This person with the 5 of Cups and all of these messages coming through with South Node, this person may literally say, please don't move on. Like, I don't want you to leave me. I don't want you to move on. Depending on the stage of the connection, okay? I'm even getting some begging energy in some degrees, okay? Tell me how this person plans on getting my pile 1 alone. It feels like vulnerability. So I don't know if that's been a thing in a connection, but yeah, house 4, cultural, family roots, home, peace, and comfort. We talk about comfort. We talk about familiar. It feels like someone that is going to cling and be close and nurture and give attention and affection and closeness and love and open up emotionally if there's been a history of emotional withdrawal and all of the things. So this is someone that's going to kind of come in with like a perspective of that of a family, right? Some of you, because we have family, they may use your family as means to get close to you, right? And then like kind of show you, some of you, this is a whole I've changed energy. If this is an ex, just full disclosure. And I'm not saying they haven't. It looks like they possibly have, but that's what I'm getting is for you exes, and those of you where this is just an established connection of how you and your person's going to get closer. I do see that family planning, because house 4 is maternal energy, so it's about like passion and that Queen of Wands of starting a family. For some of you, you may want to expand your family in some instances, and then also getting close, they may take you back to like your homeland, your hometown with South Node and house 4, some type of trip related to your ancestry, some type of date related to your ancestry, things related to your history and your culture and your roots and family. Could be visiting their family, all of the things like that could be a deepening of the intimacy. So that's how to get you alone. Some of you, it's kind of making it clear that they take you seriously to a degree. Like that's what I'm getting with the South Node house 4 energy. Okay. And then you've got Scorpio, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Yeah, showing you they've transformed and changed, if that's a thing, right? And again, brand new crushes, changing their approach, because the whatever they were doing historically or have been doing, if this is your crush and you're trying to see, they're gonna realize, if they haven't already, that that's not working. So they're gonna switch it up. Okay, but Scorpio is also sorry, I got a little hoarse. It is Pluto energy. It is 8th house of transformation. It's debts, inheritances. It is sensual energy. So this person definitely has that on their mind. Again, very, very attracted to you, right? They find you really, really attractive. They hide it with main attraction, but they definitely plan it. It's a little sneaky with that deeper intimacy. Like they knew the moment they saw you. Right? Regardless of the stage of connection, they've always, like, regardless of what's happened, that's been the energy of just finding you very, very attractive, especially physically. There is that spiritual connection, right? With the house 4 and Scorpio, they do take you seriously, see you as kind of like home and comfort and peace and familiar. But all in all, the goal is that sensual energy. I'm not gonna lie, with deeper intimacy in Scorpio, it is. But they don't want you to think that that's the only means. I'm getting that very strongly with the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Swords, because familiar, comfort. They want to make sure you're comfortable. This person's approach to getting you alone is always going to be completely about making sure you're comfortable, that they're clear with the trumpet and the page of swords, but being a little bit sneaky with their sensual energy and their approach to getting you sneaky, like getting you intimately. So let me see. Tell me more about my pile one. How does this person plan to get my pile one alone? Some of you, this person may switch up how they look, like their clothes, their style, or something like that, just to kind of get your attention. I can see that. That's 4. I'll take them. Why not? Deception. I did say sneaky. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Someone has been, is, or will be pretending to be less interested than they are, or to find you less attractive than they do. And I think that's that holding back, especially those where it's a history, especially if it's a petty ex, because y'all have really petty exes on this channel. You have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime, confirming that the deception is their feelings, right? Like they see you as their true love, but they're pretending they don't. Let's see. We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So again, they're not, I call it sneaky energy, but it doesn't feel like this person's withdrawing their intimate energy to be sneaky. It's all about building that trust, right? Especially if there's been a history of deception, or if there is a history of just any type of trauma or pain with that 5 of Cups. Like whatever the history is with you and your ex, like y'all are exes for a reason. Like sometimes people outgrow each other, but this does not feel like that. This feels like something happened, or miscommunication, or there seems to be something that needs to be healed with the 4 of Swords. So this person is taking that approach to kind of pulling back, taking it easy, possibly even starting as friends in some instances with the family roots, right? Taking it back like all the way to the beginning, especially with new chapter, to build trust, right? Like hiding how deeply they feel for you, especially since we have this energy here that feels very divine and like already like head over heels in love, especially with love at first sight, like holding back to build trust, like a foundation of trust, a foundation of being familiar, that comfort, right? That's what they seem to be focused on. And then you have flirt. So this person's going to flirt with you. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. They don't want the energy to get too intense too quickly, especially those of you where this is a brand new crush. They don't want it to get too intense too quickly. They want to keep it lighthearted, fun, flirty. They want to build trust, right? So they'll hide how connected to you they feel immediately with love at first sight. Okay? My brand news. And then this may be the history for my more experienced couplings, and also my rekindling, like pretending they don't still have all of the feelings they had previously if this is an ex. Let's see who's at the bottom. Heart-to-heart conversations. Again, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I think I mentioned that there may need to be a conversation for those of you with a history. For my brand new couplings, it feels like this person's gonna muster up whatever courage, or switch up whatever communication style they were trying to use where it was not working, or if there were miscommunications. They're gonna just they're going to find the right way to connect with you. And it may be by interacting with family members, friends, your culture, especially like if you come from different cultures. Something about the South Node in the House 4 is making sure you're comfortable and connecting you on a level that makes you comfortable. That seems to be the approach to the intimacy. But all in all, so far, before I get into my last 2 decks, the intimacy overall feels very sweet. It does feel delayed, right? Deeper intimacy is a maturing energy. So it's not coming in hot. It's not upright. It's a maturing energy. So it'll probably take some time, because again, with that coming right after main attraction, it feels like this person's going to hold back how attracted to you they are, because they want a fresh start, whether that's a fresh start in love in general, right? And doing it a certain way, the right way for those of you with new crushes, or if they want a fresh start with you, minus whatever history you guys have together. All right. So let me see. It feels like, you know, this is going to be a vanilla pile. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying there aren't kinks. I'm saying at this stage, or at the stage in which this person gets you alone, because we lead with the next time or the first time, depending on the coupling, it's going to be kind of a healing experience, kind of a divine soul connection experience. And again, there's those of you that are already connected, right? And it is going to be a divine experience because you're going to conceive, right? That's the intent. Is if you're a couple that is looking to extend your family, it's divine in this nature. It's kind of vanilla in this nature because you're looking to conceive. And that's kind of what I'm getting for those of you in experienced connections where that's what you're trying to do. Those of you that, even if you are in experienced couplings and you're not trying to conceive, you're trying to deepen and strengthen your connection, especially after some type of hardship that you've worked through. Like, it's going to be like magic because it'll be a renewal of love. It's going to be flirty like when you first met. Okay, that's why it's very sweet, very soft, very gentle energy coming through, right? Like home. And I realized I mentioned home. I mentioned the conception, but I do have I have eggs here that have been laid. So yeah, definitely conception. Now, don't freak out, those of you where that's not your connection. Like, I'm talking about that because conception can be a new chapter of love. It could literally be you kind of taking the connection for the first time. Some of you, this may be, especially if it's new crush energy, the first time you ever have sex intimacy with this person, right? And that's why it's so sweet, so like that. And then those of you where it's a rekindling, it'll be like the first time because it'll be a renewed energy and all of the stuff. That's why we have all of the baggage coming through, okay? So yeah, learning lessons, new chapter of love with Book of Love at the bottom. So let me get more. Tell me more about how this person's going to get you alone. It is deception. It is a little manipulative because this person's a bit sneaky. I'm not going to lie. They are, because it's all about getting you comfortable, getting you familiar, approaching you in a way that makes you feel good. You know, talking to you in the way that you want to be talked to. So like, for example, if this person's not very talkative, they will be talking a lot because Page of Swords, heart-to-heart conversations, they'll be more communicative with you, flirting more because they know that is what you like and all of the things, right? If this person is a bit abrasive, like if they talk a lot to you or they communicate well, but it's abrasive, they'll be softer with their tone in a way that is kind of unnatural for them with you, just because that is what they know, that's what it takes, right? With this healing energy. We do have Cancer on the table. The number 4 may be relevant for you. That is moon energy. Tell me more about my pile 1. How will this person get my pile 1 alone? Oh my goodness. I'm not going to take all of those. I did see puppy love, which is like a fresh start, a new beginning of an energy, sweet, flirty energy. Tell me more about my pile 1. How will this person get my pile 1 alone? And like I said, I know this isn't a super, super intimate pile, but I did say, I gave the disclaimer, these are informational readings anyway, so we don't get super kinky. I do have another deck. So sit tight because that deck is specific to that energy. But this is a pile, this is a healing pile, right? It feels like a pile that is healing from a past, conceiving either a fresh start or extension of a family or union of divine souls. That's what I'm getting. And relationship. So yeah, that's why it's so serious. It's gonna be a relationship. So I mentioned, which is very interesting to me, at the beginning of the pile, some of you, it's like super casual. I don't know, maybe that's your history. Could be your history. For those of you where there is one. Crushes, maybe that's the intent, but that's not what will come. Okay? Or maybe that's what this person's leading you to believe, or you're leading this person to believe, because we do have that pretending to be less invested energy with relationship here, though. It feels like a deep connection. Look how they're looking at each other. So family, right? House 4, coming home of the South Node. So that's what I feel is coming through for this pile. It's not super kinky. The sensual energy, like I said, is very spiritual. It's spiritually rooted. Okay, it's rooted kind of in creation. Okay, so let me see if I can get 2 more from this pile. From this deck. Exactly. Look, planting seeds, growing trees, love grows. So that's the confirmation for the conception. That is also the confirmation for those of you that are starting a new relationship. I'm not gonna lie, that's the dominant energy. It's starting a new relationship. Again, whether it's a new era of like parenthood or restarting or just starting a relationship. Love grows. But how they'll get you alone is nurturing the relationship, growing the love slowly, probably, because it's not fast incoming energy. It's slowly. But it feels like even the intimacy itself is going to nurture the relationship. It's going to take it to the next level. Okay? All right. Let me get one more. And we'll take the bottom, complicated. So yeah, especially those of you where it's been a history of it being complicated, right? And those of you where there's no history, that's a heart tied up, right? Commitment. I want one more. I know I said 3, but I felt called to take one more. The answer is yes. Okay. The answer is yes, whatever that was for you. And then I did say relationship, love grows. It's complicated, but complicated also talks about either a history or what's the word I'm looking for? Complexity, right? The connection no longer being very simple and flirtatious and lighthearted, becoming much more serious. Complicated feels serious. Okay. And then at the bottom, you got true love and swans mate for life. So yeah, this will be someone that kind of, the person you're asking about, when they get you alone, very serious, very grounded, very stable, and very commitment based. Okay. Let me get a sip of water. All right. I don't know what's going on with my voice, so I'm going to assume that either you or your person is not the best communicator because I got really raspy all of a sudden. So let's see. Let's see. I'm going to take 4 from this erotic sex answered oracle so I can get some of the possible intimate energy coming through of how it may go. Tell me about what it's going to be like when this person gets my pile ones alone. Show your wild side. So yeah, it'll be passionate for sure. Okay, it'll be very, very passionate. Okay, let's see. Tell me more about my pile 1. How will this person get my pile 1 alone? How will the sensual intimate energy be? That's going to be very, I don't even know what that card's going to say, but the fact that it landed on Scorpio, 8th house of intimacy. Well, seduction. All right. Playful. This is a person that's very, very attracted to you, especially if you are a feminine in that Queen of Wands energy, because we just got the backside. We got like some watermelons. Like I do have another 18 plus video where I use fruit. I believe you can select the watermelon. This pile comes up a lot, but I think there are like the roses. You guys must really, really like those readings because either you picked that already, or if you're new to the channel, you will or should go to those readings where we're talking about where you can select from roses and select your roses, possibly a red rose in one of those thumbnails because you've got red here 3 times. And then yeah, that watermelon pile may definitely be for you, but flirty, playful, it'll be fun. That this person's the whole approach to getting you alone is not going to be super serious, but the energy, the intent is rooted in a serious commitment energy. Okay, so that is why. And even I know, like as a reader, like I sound so serious, but like I promise I'm not. Like that's just the energy of this pile, just very serious and sure and certain of what they want, which happens because the 5 of Cups is like a loss, losing something, feeling like something is either on the verge of being lost or missing something. It makes people change up, right? Like we as people, regardless of connections, when we feel like something we deeply desire or deeply want is we potentially might lose it. It makes us change and evolve or do whatever we need to do to maintain it. So that seems to be this person's energy or your energy coming through, pile 1. But like, yeah, show your wild side, seduction, playful. The intimacy will be very, very fun, very, very passionate. It's just that the intent is rooted in serious nature, whether it is conceiving a child, deepening the connection, just connecting in spirit as divine counterparts, all of the things. So let me get one more and we'll take the bottom. It'll be very fun. You will enjoy it. What is this? So you want to make you scream in reverse. So I'm not going to lie. You may be in an environment where you have to be quiet. That's funny. Some of you, it's not going to be for all of you. Like some of you, you're either going to be in an environment where you have to be quiet, or like it'll be so good that you can't get the sound out or they can't get the sound out. And you know what I'm talking about. I cannot evolve that in YouTube. But like, it's either going to be like, oh, you can't even get the sound out, or like you shouldn't make noise, which makes sense because we have this family energy. So there may be other people around, like not necessarily in a room, but like close enough to hear if you get loud or they get loud. Like that's what I'm seeing. That's probably that show your wild side is like taking a chance of getting caught. Look at y'all kinks coming out at the end, ready for a booty call. So backside, this person, regardless of your gender, they really, really like your backside. They like your chest area, but like your backside is something, okay? For sure, okay? Especially those of you with the fiery personality types. Ready for a booty call could truly be a booty call, which I mentioned that not serious energy at the beginning. It could be that, but leads to more. And it also could be on the whim. Those of you in committed connections, like, hey, let's do something crazy. Let's do something wild, right? To keep the spark or get the spark in some instances. Especially those of you where you don't have all of that baggage coming into the pile, where it's just like you're a couple, right? Or you're just like on a date, right? And it's not that history. It's like, let's do something crazy. And then you do. That's funny. So that is all I have for you today, pile one. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile two. So how they will get you alone, let's see. So I do have to give the disclaimer. This is for informational purposes only, knowledge-based. You know, we're just trying to inform because YouTube doesn't like this type of content like that. But we'll get into detail as much as we can. I do have my erotic sex answers oracle that I will get to at the end. So this must be my really antsy pile that I felt the need to announce that very, very quickly. I'm going to use this oracle deck so that we can just kind of get the theme, the heavy theme of your I guess connection with this person. Could be a crush, could be a current partner, could be an ex, all of the labels, twin flame, soulmate, karmic, all of the stuff. And I do read from a past, present, and incoming perspective. You just have to find your story and where you're resonating in the pile. So let's get into it. I will, if those of you that are familiar with the channel, I switched it. So I'm not gonna, like after I do tarot, I do have an astrology based oracle deck, but I don't know, I naturally felt called to put it between the two romance angel decks. So I do have the Black Hollywood romance stars, then the astrology based deck, then that other one that I normally do those two back to back. So something splitting things up could be a theme here. But when I tried to put them in the right order, they fought back. So we're gonna go with it. All right, pile two. Tell me how this person plans to get my pile twos to alone. Ooh, listen. Someone like an outside person may be trying to get you two together. I don't know what that's all about, because the way I said that, it's like there's an external factor. I don't want to say third party because it's not, you know, when we use those terms it means something else, but like it feels like someone is trying to get you two together. So it could be one of your friends trying to help you out or them out, but that's what I'm getting, okay, so far, just naturally. So let me see how my pile twos person plans to get them alone. All right, we'll get the bottom in a second. So this was actually at the bottom of your reset. I knew this card was going to come out. It is number 12, which could be relevant, but it is henbane. And look at how stern, how serious this energy is. There is a serpent, there is a snake. Yeah, interesting energy. I don't know what that means. So we're going to read the book because this is a new deck that we are learning. We are learning together. So let's see. Henbane. All right. Saturn, Jupiter, Earth, and water. The divination meaning says, when this card appears in a reading, you are called to see things differently, looking at the whole of the past, present, and future for a complete picture. Okay, we talk about ancient mysteries and a priestess, center of the world, so we can see all things and give us divine pronouncement. Okay. Occultists today see this as a reference to psychic power within manifesting as a serpent. Okay, so you may find yourself gaining access to reserves of power or inspiration found in your ancestral lineage and an awakening to deeper power and insight. Along with it might be other ancestral gifts passed to you that have been forgotten. Aptitudes within you will be awakened. I love this deck because it has nothing to do with anything I read about. And so I like to use it because it gives us insight. Because I really do like doing love readings, but I like to do non-love readings, so I get to slip some things in there with this. But here's the thing. That slip of the tongue I did when I was shuffling, I said there's someone here trying to help connect you. It could very well be your friends or this person's friends. But based on this card that came out, it feels like a connection that, like, I don't know what you believe, or if you believe in like soul contracts and ties between bloodlines, but there are cultures that believe in like bloodlines that kind of like decided on the other side that they're going to come together in union on the physical plane. And it almost feels like that's what is happening. Like, this feels like a connection where someone's ancestors or groups of ancestors kind of decided, because this talks about messages from like the ancestors, like this is being pushed for whatever reason with this person that you're asking about, because you're asking about a specific person. Those of you that are not, that's sweet. Keep doing your thing. You're living your life, because it seems like your ancestors got it on the other side. They're like, listen, Pao-Tu, we're going to bring you this person and like, don't worry about it, because like, it just feels like it's being orchestrated on the other side because of that card. And then also, it talks about psychic powers. Look, I closed the book. I shouldn't have done that knowing I know nothing about this deck. It talks about seeing things differently and looking at the whole picture. So this could be someone that you either avoided, that is avoiding you, or you're like, it just seems like there's confusion because there's a need to see things differently. Yeah, so I'll say that as well. So in my also, and look, the affirmation here even says, I welcome and accept my ancestral inheritance. So some of you may be coming together in union with this person. I can see some overspill from Pile 1, because that's kind of like a divine union. And also those themes of conception, right? Like those of you that may be trying to conceive, especially if you're having difficulty, there's already a pact that's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, right? That's why it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, because your bloodlines already, you and this person, to some degree, I guess your ancestors are kind of telling me that it was already pre-planned, predestined, and this child you're trying to conceive has to be born at the right time, right? Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So interesting. And you're not seeing things clearly, and maybe that could be those of you that are trying to conceive. That could also be those of you that are resisting. I don't know, there's something needing to see a different approach. But your person and their actual actions, because now we have stepping into the chat, we have the ancestral bloodline stepping into the chat, this person's going to take a different approach. So if you've been avoiding of them, then they're going to take a different approach to you, okay? Because they have to see things differently in their interactions with you. And then it could also be if they've been avoidant of you, right? You need to switch your approach as they interact with you. Like there's just something that needs to shift. Let me see what's at the bottom. Bleeding hearts. Interesting. Number 3. So you actually, the number 3 could be relevant. Number 12, number 3. So 3 could be a relevant number for a variety of reasons. It will be personal to you because there's a variety of you here. So let me see what bleeding heart is. Sorry. Especially those of you, because I am, it's not the dominant energy, but I feel it strongly enough, which makes sense because that's a heavy weight to carry. Those of you that have been trying to conceive, or if you've, especially if you, I didn't mention it in Pile 1, but if you're coming from Pile 1, if you've miscarried or something like that, I could see pain coming through from that, and just, it's going to be okay. But yeah, you've got Mars and Sun and the element of fire. That's why the energy was so heavy. I'm realizing that now. We do have bleeding heart asks you to reflect on the unhealed wounds of your heart. Where do you hold on to grief and pain? What unhealthy attachments bind you? What needs to be released to move on with your life? Notice how the plant spirit turns her back away from the past to let it go. Bleeding heart tells you to seek catharsis, whether through tears, as the drop. I'm like, what's happening? Okay, also the evocative of tears, cleansing the heart. Don't be afraid to cry to heal. Each of the heart-shaped flowers needs to crack and split open to bloom, to release the teardrop in order to heal. So And it says, my heart is whole and open to love. So those of you where it's you or your person is completely resistant to just connecting with other people, issues with intimacy, issues with love, all of that, there's like, with this card, is like, it's not funny. I'm so sorry. There's like ancestors like, we're not doing this. And they're like working to heal you, this person, regardless of the stage of the connection, so that that union that they've already decided is going to happen can happen. We also have the energy of their approach to getting you alone, this person's approach, right? Whether this is their approach or your energy leading them to approach you or interact with you or engage with you on the level that's going to get you alone, is healing of love, of open, receptive. It could be some pain associated with here, some releasing, some seeing things differently. Some of you with the seeing a different picture and the bleeding hearts, this person may literally offer you advice as you're going through some sort of pain, trauma, possibly while you're crying, or it could be the other way around, right? That could be kind of a bridge, like someone comforting you or like nurturing you in that moment, but not like in a gentle way, like oh, it's going to be okay, but in a, this is what you need to do to get out of this energy kind of way. Like this is the productive way of the bleeding heart. Okay, so this is how we heal, like heal, feel it, whatever, but like see it differently so that you can rise above it, move beyond it. Okay, especially those of you where your very, very serious trauma is stepping into the pile for one reason or another. Now, some of you, this person is going to do a complete switch, right? Especially if the trauma comes from them, because you know y'all bring y'all trauma to these readings with y'all exes and stuff. So like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at how chaotic my readings go. So if the trauma comes from them, there'll be a different perspective on their part due to this bleeding heart, right? Them becoming more open, vulnerable, all of the things. Because it does feel like their approach to getting you alone is going to be vulnerability and deepening of emotional intimacy. Okay. All right. Let's see what these tarot cards have to say. Tell me more about how my pile 2 person is going to get them alone. All right, what's that? Slow. King of Wands, Knight of Wands. Okay, someone may be growing, evolving into a king, or we may have an underdeveloped king, because I have the Knight of Wands here, but it is in reverse. This person may hold off on getting you alone intimately just because of this energy of the perspective of the healing of the stuff. Okay. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. The Knight of Wands is still here. It's not like you have an upright Knight of Pentacles, which is like just slow moving or stuck. You have a Knight of Wands. It's like, let me just hold off on that for now as we either work through this or pile 2 works through this. Because especially if they're like, in some instances, counseling you, this is not the time. Now, we'll see what happens because we're looking to see what's going to happen. So this is just a confirmation for you that this is the energy, okay? Especially if this person has a history of moving very quickly, very active, very passionately. And when I say passionately, I don't mean like emotionally based, right? Because the Knight of Wands can kind of be like, I don't want to say like player like energy, but it can be. It could be someone that's very active intimately, possibly with multiple people. But reverse, it's like, wait, let me pull back my energy. Some of you, that's exactly what happened, especially if this is a partner or an ex. This person's approach to getting you alone, I'm seeing now, is seeing things differently, facing their feelings, facing their issues with intimacy, facing whatever, you know, pain may have cost you, other people, whatever in the past. And they're like, let me just slow my roll, right? That's kind of the energy coming through. And this could be your energy as well. You pulling back and this person seeing your change and your evolution and then being more comfortable with you and to be more vulnerable with you. So it's always a polarity, you guys. It's always a polarity, but we'll get to the intimate energy because I have a deck specific to it. But again, we like to see what's going on in the bigger picture on this channel. Look at that. We went from Knight of Wands in reverse to 6 of Wands. So we still have the Horseman, right? And it's showing that by slowing the roll, right? Pulling back that energy, not being all outside like wild and running up and down the street. I don't know why I use that analogy, but by that being that way, You get victory, success, accomplished goals. So this person or you may have realized that the best approach to the partner is pulling that energy back, being a little more vulnerable, a little more sensitive, a little more delicate, right? Emotionally available, all of the things, seeing things differently. Okay? All right, so let me see what else I can get before I pull my last tarot card. This may be someone that pulled back to focus on their goals too, because it's a lot of fire energy coming through, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be this person's placements, maybe, but this is the energy they're in of, okay, I'm going to pull my energy back here, right? Like I'm not going to be running up and down the street, whether it is chasing sexual energy or chasing just dating or just outside, just here, there, everywhere, all over the place. It's focusing on some tangible goal, which is the Six of Wands, and making sure they see results with it. Okay, so whatever that Six of Wands goal is, it's making sure they achieve that goal, whether that is being with you or just reprioritizing their focus, right? All right. We are not taking all of those cards. Not happening. It's not happening. Person's got a lot to say though, right? When it comes to getting you alone, this person's going to have a lot to say, a lot of approaches, a lot of tactics, a lot of action, right? The World, closing a cycle, right? Ending a cycle. So there's a cycle that has to end or has ended or will end when this person goes to get you alone, okay? That could be very near future. That could be past, an incoming energy, right? Like something that's happening present. But it feels like that Six of Wands is the thing that, okay, they're like, go. And it could very well be the intimacy itself, that Six of Wands, the World, like that is it. Like, let me pull back my energy and focus it on one tangible goal with the Six of Wands and one cycle, one thing, right, with the World. Okay. At the bottom, you've got the Queen of Swords. Very serious energy, receptive but serious, very wise, good with words, possibly sharp though, not very, it's not an emotional energy, okay? It is an energy of someone that is, I don't want to say mean. I don't think they're mean. They're just possibly a bit abrasive, okay? Especially when we're speaking from a feminine perspective, since that is the queen, not that we're super gender specific here. But it does talk about teaching and communicating and authority and lessons and knowledge and all of the things. And it feels like this person may be taking that approach, like more like it's less sharp as the king, right? So maybe this person's learning to be a little more sensitive with their words, because the Queen of Swords, technically, when compared to the king and the elements that rule those court cards, could be a little more nurturing with their lessons and their love and the way that they teach. It's still very firm, but it still has a loving undertone when we talk about the elements that rule those court cards. So that could be this person's approach to getting you alone, is being firm, very clear, very concise, very serious, but vulnerable, available, okay? So let me pull my out of order decks and see more about how this person plans to get my Paltoots alone. Very clearly cutting a cycle. I'm just being honest with you, straight up. Like with the World and the Queen of Swords, something clearly has to close. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the victory is, but there's a very clearly closed cycle at the point where this person's like, let me get my Paltoot alone for intimacy. Like a closed door, a closed chapter. And I was going to get 3 and they all came out together. So at the point in which this person gets you alone, there will be no question, no uncertainty. I was going to say no insecurities, like straight up clear. Okay. That's how it's going to happen, which makes sense because you got a lot of support ancestrally, whether you realize it or not, whatever your religion is, Paltoot. I don't know that I've seen this, and that's my fault for using this deck, but I like it because I can see more layers of these love readings when I use decks like this. but it feels like you have a lot of support from the other side, whether you know that or not, okay? But yeah, very certain, very clear. 3 cards came out, okay? So we've got quality time. It says quality time means putting away the phone and clearing your brain of anything distracting so you can ensure your partner is your number one focus. Prioritizing you, straight up. That's what I was getting at here. Prioritizing you. Giving you their time, giving you their energy. That's the victory. Not scattered, because the Knight of Wands can be a bit scatterbrained. It's an energy of just going for something without thinking it all the way through. Just act, move, jumping around like a squirrel. Not doing that anymore and just kind of prioritizing you and being certain and clear that you're the world, right? And then I have so far with my signs, I guess the world is technically fixed signs, but I have a lot of fire and a lot of air. So Aries, Leo, Sag, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Okay, that's the energy I got. But this talks about distraction. So this person's historically been distracted for a variety of reasons, whatever that is, making sure that goes away. Okay, and then you've got, especially if it's been their phone, right? Especially if it's just been their inner voice, their thinking, their, the clearing of their brain. Okay, but making sure that you are the priority. So you'll know very clearly when this person's coming to try to get you alone, because it will not be a surprise, because they'll have been investing in you and your connection. Especially my crushes, this will be someone that's been already, like, you'll be very sure with this person. You won't be guessing, and you won't be getting these readings at that point when it happens, I promise. And then you also have my established connections. Those of you, it'll be a shifting perspective, right? More vulnerability, especially after hardship, bleeding hearts, more vulnerability in the connection, right? More open, more transparent, more attention, more time, more affection with your person. It's a very affectionate person. Whether they've been historically or not, doesn't matter. When they get you alone at that point of the connection, that is what it will be. And then you have devotion, exactly. A dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. Someone who is very, very clear, very sure, very certain. I mentioned that as quality time. I said number one focus, dedicated. Okay, that is the energy coming through for you, pal, too. Okay, so you've got explore. Take a ride and explore new scenery or each other's inner thoughts. Some of you, and I don't know why I got this random message, that Knight of Wands being there and then explore, it feels like this person may put off a trip or going somewhere. And it doesn't have to be like a legit vacation, like a travel trip. It could truly be like putting off going to certain restaurants, or even as simple as, I'm not going to watch this movie, I'm not going to watch this TV show because I want to wait for Pal 2. Wait, right? Quality time. Like, they'll put off doing things that they could do by themselves or with their friends because they want to do it with you. That's very sweet. They want to do it with you. Again, number one focus. Like, I could try this new restaurant with my friends, or I could just wait for Pal 2. Okay? And then I have at the bottom, family and friends. The support of family and friends may help strengthen this connection. I'm telling you, some of you have friends that are supporting you, but I'm telling you, that's that ancestral presence heavy, regardless of if you know it or not. And everything is on all sides, right? Because I say as above, so below, right? So if just like you have friends in the physical plane that are supportive of you and your connection, you also have friends that are supportive of you and your connection on the other side, whether it's your spirit guides or your ancestors, which I'm telling you, whether you believe in that, whether you know that, whether you can feel it, it's a thing for this pile. I don't care where you fall, okay? It's a thing, especially since this card came out after we got all those messages, okay? Also, this is someone that will bring you to meet their family, okay? They will definitely want their family's blessing if this is new, right? Some of you, they'll bring you with explore to their family, to their friends, all right? All right, so let's see more. Tell me more about how this person plans to get you alone. My pile twos. Water, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Told you that nurturing, bleeding heart, being more emotionally available, opening themselves up, okay? That is what I'm getting. A strong emotional vulnerability, opening up, family, friends, right? Water is also like those signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? Diving deep into their feelings, into their history, their mental, like sharing their innermost thoughts, all of those things you didn't think they would share with you. At the bottom, you do have, I mean, not the bottom, you do have the house 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs in reverse. So here's the thing. I don't know why this is a thing, because house 11 is about casual energy, right? Making sure they're very serious, right? This person is clear, very serious. It's not about casual friends. This isn't no casual friends, professional friends, acquaintances, professional groups. This is about like family friends, okay? Like friends, okay? That's the energy coming through. So like if you already like have mutual friends, or that you know some of their like coworkers and everything, not those friends. Family friends, okay? At the bottom, I've got air, more air energy, which is our dominant personality with the Queen of Swords. So it very much so is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And me being Mercury ruled as a Virgo, I don't know why Gemini, I keep saying it last, because I definitely noticed that I did that the second time. Okay, and I know I did it the first time. So I don't know why we're skipping Gemini season. Some of you may be watching this in real time, and if so, Libra season may be relevant for you, or Aquarius season, right? Or maybe the next Gemini season, since I said it in that order, right? That may be some timing for you, okay? But it says open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. This person's going to want to learn and grow and explore with you, right? They're going to want to learn about you, right? But air is all about communication, big communication themes, attention, devotion, all of the things. Very sweet, nurturing, in a shadow sense, clingy energy, okay? Now, I'm not saying this person's clingy, but I'm just saying, like, I like to read all perspectives. It could be come across as clingy in some instances, depending on you, all right? So I've got 3 more decks. Let me pull these and we'll close it out. And I'm not going to just close it out without talking about the intimate energy, I promise. I will say the energy that is coming through is deeply private. So I'm not getting a heavy intimate energy from privacy. So like Power 1 was sensual, but like loving and connection based. This one seems like private with the intimate energy, because House 11 in reverse talks about like hiding from the public as well. So let's see. Sorry, I don't mean to knock that. Getting to know each other. Come on. I think I'm reaching that time of day where I need to open, which is weird because it's not that time of day, by the way. Well, anyway, it says getting to know each other. And it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So closeness, right? Closeness. So let me, I think it was kind, because you can see the table clearly, but this card would not clear. So it's like maybe there's a history, those of you where there's a history of not getting to know you effectively. And that's why all of this devotion and everything is coming through, while you're here trying to see how they're going to get you alone. That could be a thing. So let me get 2 more and I'll take the bottom. Great. This card came out in Power 1, so that may be a thing. You have deception. Letter D may be relevant. But deception talks about someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So again, getting to know each other. There may be could be a history of deception, could be deception talks about kind of delays, or this person not really letting you get to know them effectively historically, or in early stages. I said it because you have make the effort, which says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take, which is hilarious now because I said that right when this cleared up, and it cleared up at 27 minutes 27 seconds of your pile. Could be relevant for you, or you may be a life path 9. And then, but it says getting to know each other, deception, like this person's been hard to get to know, with the House 11 reverse, water, very mysterious and all of that. And then, but making the effort, okay? There's going to be a switch up if it hasn't started happening already. If you've already noticed the switch up, then that means that you're already on track. It's going to be closer to when this person starts being really devoted, giving you a lot of time, bringing you around their family, friends, all of the stuff like that. When this person kind of gets you alone and deepens the intimacy of the connection, you have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Could be after a separation. Maybe that's why all of this attention is happening. Could be a missing you, especially if you came from that other pile. So like I said, getting to know you, making the effort. Deception also could show like as you get to know them better, you realize they're not how they show themselves to be, especially if this person had an energy of being like wild or just running up and down the street. I don't know why I'm using that example. Or like detached emotionally, like this person's very emotional and soft and like devoted. Something about a separation and after this person kind of makes effort, and you get to see that side and realize they're not as they originally appeared, in a good way, with Six of Wands and the World. Okay, interesting. And those of you where you're brand new, if there's been questions of like if this person likes you back, you'll get that confirmation when they start acting right. I say right, like if they get your number, like instead of like avoiding you or you avoid them. Because separation could also, in a brand new stage, like it could be missed opportunities and like not seeing you or not running across each other, and then it's like, I thought I would never see Pile 2 ever again, let me make sure I ask them for their number this time, kind of a vibe. So let me go from this twin flame soulmate deck. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the sensual energy is very under wraps. I don't think this person's going to try to get you alone intimately for quite some time. So it may be a lot of questions here, or people that are dating with the intention of like serious commitment that are waiting for intimacy. Retreat. The separation space. Yeah, so especially if this is a ex, right? Y'all get mad at me, but I'm sorry, it comes through. If it's an ex, separation, retreat, when this person comes back in or you come back in, it'll be a different, the old cycle will be closed, right? For the better, right? And there'll be some healing, because you two will have taken time for yourselves to grow as people. And yeah, then you'll be able to do whatever you're doing. So let me see more. Tell me more about how to, and also could talk about travel or retreat. Okay. Hot lover. There we go. So some of you, it will be during a retreat, like the intimacy itself, because this is not even that deck. This is the twin flame soulmate deck. I haven't even gotten into that deck, so it came through. So some of you might have gotten mad at me, like, oh, she better get to the 18 plus energy, and do not say that it is hidden. It's still private, but I'm saying it may be during a retreat. You even have the nighttime with the moon and she's in the shadow, right? Yellow and black may be relevant colors, but like, yeah, retreat and hot lover. It's like, okay, it's still hidden energy, but it's like during a retreat, right? Like a really good vacation or something like that, okay? Complicated. Came out in the other pile. After some complicated energy. Lasting love. So here's the thing, whatever separation, whatever, where is it? Retreat, distance, when this person comes in all passionate, because hot lover is not just sensual energy. It's very hot lover. Person probably coming back looking really good, right? You may come in looking really good. Something about being very attractive here. And then, but after that time apart, coming in looking really good, being very attracted to each other or one another, after some complicated stuff or healing from it, it's for the long haul, lasting love. Like this will be the point in which y'all get together and possibly even get married, okay? Especially my experienced couples, because I got a lot of that coming through. This is a lot of experienced couplings. But that said, a lot of you do come in with people in mind. I read your comments all the time. So I'm sorry for my brand news. I do like to look out for y'all, so I try to read from your perspective as well. But there's a lot of people that come through and leave comments with connections that they want clarity on, because there's already something ongoing. Those of you where it is brand new though, just know that if you've been having back and forth with this person specifically, like it's new and like you just haven't been able to get on the same page and get to know each other, if you like go off and do your thing, you may reconnect, right? No drama, you may just reconnect. And then like the second time's the charm, right? Let me pause for a second. I'm back. I realized that it is raining and that is why everything was kind of a little gloomy, but I've adjusted the lighting a little bit so we can get back to the pile. But what I was saying about you, pal, too, is like whatever's happening with this person, brand new, or those existing connections, or if you have an ex, whatever space, right? It's like coming back after some form of a glow up, right? Complicated things may have been complicated, be a little complicated in the beginning, because things can be uncomfortable when you're getting to know someone again or for the first time, right? That's the complicated nature, especially if you're doing so from a serious perspective. And then you've got that lasting love, which is kind of union, okay? Especially with the world, okay? At the bottom, you've got dream lover. So some of you, especially those of you brand new, let me get into your energy. This may be someone that you're manifesting. You may not know who this is, hence the shadow and the hidden themes. So if this is someone that like you don't have anyone in mind, you're like, okay, I'm just going to watch it with an intent of my next partner, like how my next partner is going to get me alone. This person's going to be your dream lover, right? Someone like with the qualities that you've manifested, right? Also, for all of you here, this person, from a sensual perspective, everything you could have dreamed of in a sensual way with dream lover and hot lover, right? Physically attractive, knows what they're doing to please you intimately, like a dream, okay? That's what's coming through. That's how it's coming through, okay? So those of you where you were like, oh, don't you dare say it's like hidden and it's not that much sensual. This is not that deck. So we're going to pull from that deck now because it's the last one, but after space. And also I'm getting deeply private teas from this person because 11th house is like Aquarius energy. It is public energy. It's like it rules actually in some instances like social media and everything. So like this is someone that's deeply private, okay? Deeply private. All right. Let's see. Tell me more about my pile 2. How will pile 2 person get them alone? I went from, okay, I mentioned the deeply private, let's do it in public. So when this person, I'm telling you, it's about family, friends, being outside. So like if this person's deeply private and they get to know you privately, or if that's been the history of your connection and then you guys separate, and then when you come back, this person's like quality time, devoted, let's go out, let's do this person wants to be seen and doing all of the stuff. That's how you know they're very serious, okay? And they'll be more likely to be intimate, because I feel like for whatever reason this pile is showing me this person's not going to want to be intimate with you until they've made it clear they're serious. All right, that's just what I'm getting. I'm gonna pull because this is actually that deck. And also they may want to do it like they may be like outside at a retreat, mountains, beach, whatever, but public energy. After I just was called to that point of this person being private when they're no longer private with you, right? And that's a dual meaning. It's opening up to you more, but also sharing you more with their family and loved ones, okay? All right. And this is actually incoming energy and it's landing on dream lover. So, ooh, good for you, pal 2. Hopeful. Oh, that's sweet. This is a person that will be very hopeful that they're your dream lover, that they're good enough for you, that they can please you. They will, but you know, and then you've got a maturing energy of teasing and sensual. This keeps coming out because it came on the other reading, the other pile, but red. So like whatever red piles I've had historically, go for it. Because it's other stuff in this deck, right? You see yellow here, so yellow gold may be a thing, and then red is the thing. I think there's a pile where there's something strawberry. I know I have like a strawberry margarita or something. So like have fun, pick at the other piles for the readings. Maybe with the rings, maybe pick 1 or 2 of the love reading, the marriage readings as well. Like those could be things. Oh wow, you got family friends that come out, so maybe pick that one. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Go check out the channel. There's all kinds of readings with these themes that are coming through that may be interesting for you. Let me pull one more. This is a person that really likes your mouth. All three of those have mouths. Like an emphasis on the mouth. And that could be sensual energy, or maybe they may be good with their mouth. So hot for you. Very, very attracted to you, just so we're clear. But again, here, more red. And look at that. Sacred sex. This person's rings, lasting, long lasting, sacred. It's romantic. This person wants something serious with you, and they're gonna, I don't know what the history is. I don't know what the history is. It's going to be different for all of you, but this person's goal is to make sure that you understand they're serious about you. And that's why like sex and sensual energy is going to be very sacred. Okay. They're hopeful that they can please you, and they want to make it like as romantic and as intimate as possible. But like at that point, it's going to be, it may be a while before, but it will be long lasting. It will lead to a lasting long, and it will be a lasting love, and it will be very sacred to you and this person, because for whatever reason, that's what's coming through you. I mean, maybe a little flirting, a little teasing, like that may be like the early stages to the mid stages of the connection. And I say connection, but I don't mean like the whole relationship. I mean, leading up to them getting you alone, leading up to intimacy, a lot of flirting and whatnot. Okay. Interesting. All right, well, that is all I have for you today, pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 3. So let's see how your person's going to get you alone. I am going to lead with this disclaimer of this is for informational, educational purposes only. YouTube doesn't like it when we get all vulgar, which that's not really my style on this channel anyway. I just like to share the messages. If you're curious, stick around. If you're looking for something else, that's fine as well. So I'm gonna lead with this oracle deck because I love the layers that it adds to the reading. I have my tarot deck. I switched, if you're familiar with the channel, my astrology based oracle deck to the middle of 2 love decks, which is a bit odd, but it fought back when I tried to put it in its right order. So we're rolling with it. We're rolling with the messages as they want to be read. So let's see. And just like that, the rain is actually a little bit louder. So this person's going to be very clear, right? They're going to make their presence known. And they're going to make sure that they get your attention. Okay? That's just a channeled message. So let's see. Let me get my first message so we can see the energy surrounding how this person is going to get you alone. My pile 3. Who said you could have 2? I'm not taking 2, but something about 2. Some of you, this could be a third party or history of a third party, because like even my reaction to who said you could have 2, like, yeah, just watch it. Let's see. Tell me more about pile 3. Y'all, it could be, because like why? It's fighting back. I'll take both cards and we'll take the bottom, but I need to read the book because I know nothing about this deck. It's a brand new deck, so we're getting familiar with it. Hopefully this doesn't get too long. So we've got number 20, the poppy. Okay, let's see what that is. Let's get the book quickly and skim. It is Moon, Venus, Mars, and water energy. It says rest and regeneration is essential to my health. And then it says the poppy appears as a dream. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to get to the point so that I'm not like reading it. It tells you to pay attention to your dreams and find your creative voice in those dreams. Let go of assumptions about yourself and what you can and cannot do, and follow your creative sense of self. Enter into the mystery of your own being and return with your own treasures. Rest and regeneration is essential to my health. So some of you may need a break. That's a call to take a break. Also, some of you pay attention to your dreams. They are calling you to do something, to act in a certain way, right? If you're dreaming about specific people, places, things, you could either be healing from past experiences, or your intuition could be calling you to something. So follow your intuition. If you're having difficulty interpreting your dreams, I do have readings on my channel that can help you with those dream interpretations and what those dreams may be calling you to either take action on or withdraw your energy from. Right? So that is what, so pay attention to your dreams and your intuition and make sure you're getting proper rest. That's why I'm okay. Some of you, if you need to withdraw your energy from this person, from these people, from whatever, because I get two. So some of you may be here for two people, right? Maybe you need to withdraw from one, pursue the other. Maybe you need to withdraw from both. But the energy here says you need rest. You need space for you. And your dreams probably have been telling you that. So you do have the vine, which is number 27, could be a relevant number, as well as number 20. If you want to pick a different pile, I think I said that number in a different pile, like Path 9, or could be your birthday, could be one of these people's birthday, whatever. But vine is here. All right. Let's see what vine is. Right to the willow. Right, Sun, Moon, Neptune, water. Pay attention to those illusions, okay? Because Neptune is illusions. It says, I am open to blessings and inspiration of life. Okay, and it says, vines come alive and this pan like, I'm trying to like find solder of good cheer, straddling the river in the vineyard, hold high the holy cup of the vine under the brilliant light of the sun. The vine shows up when things are going well. You have health, wealth, and happiness either already present or coming your way. Make sure you slow down to enjoy it and the pleasures of the world while you have them. Vine can indicate a turnaround after a period of difficulty and misfortune, or foretell a successful period of creative inspiration and personal growth. So let me explain something to you. This is your energy. Rest, get your rest, and then when you rest and you pay attention to what your dreams are telling you, your life is going to become a lot better. If you've been struggling, get your rest. You're in a generation, pay attention to your dreams. Your life is going to, and do what your dreams telling you to do, right? Like if you need help, I have readings, other readers have readings, but pay attention and do what you're being called to do in your spirit and your soul, right? What your intuition is telling you, you will be blessed if you do that. If not, then you're going to continue in the cycle until you get it together. That said, those of you where this is representing two people, because I said it and then I was like, I'm not taking two cards just because you may have two people or your person may have two people, right? I'm not like, because this is going to be long and I'm already like five. I always complain about how long these are, like, and I never do anything about it, so whatever. But if it's two people, the person that is like the poppy, right? That personality, right? What is it? Like, I don't know. I don't even remember. I'm reading on intuition, but I'm also like taking account, okay, dream, sleeping, slumber, someone's an illusion. So if these are two people, I'm going to help you out if you have two people and you're like, I don't know how they're going to get me alone. And y'all come to me and I'm like, y'all pick the most random readings to ask the most random questions. Y'all get so creative over here, but I love it. If you're like, oh, what should I do? Like, how are they going to get me alone? I have two people. Or you were looking for that reading and you clicked this one because it was interesting. The poppy, the person, some of you, this person may be associated with the number 20, right? They are an illusion. It's not real. Okay. It's not real. It's an illusion, based on this poppy card. It is, kind of a very youthful energy. If you ask me, what is it? I'm like trying to make, y'all are taking me off on like, y'all make me go off on these tangents. Let me see. Yeah, it's like a younger energy based on like, I just skim, like I see the meter and the younger, yeah. So the poppy is like a younger person, right? I don't know, younger than you, younger than somebody, but it is an illusion. It is something that like you know how we say sleeping on something. It's like sleeping on something. It's not necessarily bad. It's just an illusion. So just watch it, Pile 3. And then it's also an energy of draining, right? If you need rest and regeneration from this, then it's draining, right? If dealing with this person feels like it's draining you and you need rest and regeneration, what does that tell you? Because divine, let me see. Look, I'm like trying to break out I don't know why I keep putting this down, knowing that I don't know anything about this deck. All right. It talks about blessings and inspiration. So it does say good cheer, right? It talks about things are going well, good health, pleasures, a turnaround, okay? After difficulty and misfortune, right? Okay. So yeah, I mean, one of these people makes you feel tired. One of these people makes you feel blessed. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. if that's because now y'all are dragging me into this because I'm trying to like be mindful of my time because I do have a bit of a hard stop after this reading. So what's at the bottom? The sunflower. 24. Y'all, I'm not even kidding. I think, okay, so I know that I have a sunflower. A reading with a sunflower. It actually is the last one that I did. And that's why you're bringing all of this energy. You picked the sunflower last time. Or you need to. Okay? Because there's multiple people. There's one that's younger, one that's older here, I'm going to say. That makes you blessed, makes you drained, makes you tired, makes you whatever. And this doesn't have to be just necessarily love interest. This could also be people affecting the connection with you and that person that you're asking about. Okay, because I'm already 10 minutes in and I'm not even at the how they're gonna get you alone. Like I said, watch it if it's third party. I'm sorry if it's not. Just if it is, even if it's not, go see that sunflower reading. It's for you. There's a message for you. I want to say that on topic, if you're asking about one specific person, how this person's gonna get you alone, if they're seeing that you're drained, right? They're tired because they may be dreaming of you. If they're seeing that you're drained and you're tired, they're going to go out of their way to try to do something nice for you to make you feel rested, rejuvenated, to make you feel blessed. Okay? They're going to really try to support you if that's been the case. This person seems very nurturing, so they'll start giving you a lot of attention. Like they'll call you out. They'll say, hey, you look tired. You should take a break. You should do this. Like this person will be very attentive. Okay? That's kind of step one. And then let's see what sunflower is. All right, so sun, fire, air. And then it talks about a beneficial omen in a reading. Okay, so you're going to be, so regardless of what you see in the sunflower reading, regardless of what's going on here, know that it's a good omen. Because I mean, the poppy leading into the vine, right? And some of you, how this person gets you alone could be after you, because this could be your energy or theirs. It could be after you stop dealing with the draining person, right? Like you may have a person that leaves you very tired, very overwhelmed, very drained. And then you'll meet, or this person you've met will make you, feel blessed. I'm trying not to go too deep into all of this because it's going to be long. But yeah, I mean, it's coming through. I chose this deck, so now I have to live with it. But yeah, it could be your person that you're asking about after they've moved on from someone else to you and you make them feel totally different. Or it could be you moving on to this person, right? A little more mature, stable, successful, less draining. Right? If this is you and it's resonating, if it's not the third party, like moving on after a connection, this is your pile, welcome. But it talks about a good omen, right? That sunflower. It's joy, good cheer, health, wealth, and success. So whatever. Even if you're not in that third party, if you're not leaving an ex, if that person doesn't have an ex right for you, whatever is the situation, it's showing that this person will get you alone after you get some rest and you step into a very blessed energy. So another energy that has nothing to do with what we're talking about is that pile 3, you're about to experience some level of a glow up, whether physical, whether financial, career, all of the things. You're going to go from very tired and drained to very blessed. You got 2 cards here that talk about blessings and prosperity. So good luck, stay blessed. Okay. But yeah, let me finish this and we'll get into the tarot. It says, if you are asking a specific question, Sunflower almost always indicates a yes response and predicts a time of feeling happy with yourself and your life. So if you're asking about a specific person, the answer is yes. If you're asking if someone's draining, yes. If you're asking if someone is good, yes. If you're here like, oh, I picked this with this person in mind, is this a good go? Yes. Right? Depending on where you fall and how it feels. It's a yes. Yes. Okay, that's it. That's the only point in the book. So now that we've gone off on all of our messages from spirit that had nothing to do with what we want to talk about, we can talk about the fact that this person's going to come in and make you feel very blessed. So it may be dating, it may be gifts, it may be helping support you through something like good, like, you know, any kind of positive shifts. This person's going to be there. They're going to be like your number one cheerleader. So that's going to be how they kind of really engage you, initiate that energy of getting you alone. So let me pull from my tarot cards. All right. Pile 3. Tell me how this person plans on getting you alone. There was a card that hesitated. Tell me how this person plans on getting my pile 3s alone. Sorry, I don't mean to knock that. There's a lot of energy coming here. There's a lot that this person has to say. I'm like shifting the thing. I'm going to grab that in a second. Let me pick up my cards that fell. Okay, we'll look at them and I'll put them back. You've got the 10 of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. All right. It's all about feeling fulfilled. This person's going to make sure that you feel fulfilled when dealing with them, when interacting with them, when being with them, okay? At the bottom, you've got the 5 of Swords in reverse. That's a very positive indicator because 5 of Swords talks about defeat. It talks about self-sabotage. It talks about cutting off your nose to spite your face. It talks about betrayal. It talks about all of those things. And so how this person plans on getting you alone is to be the opposite of all of that, right? Like this person's going to be very straightforward, very clear, very positive, very healthy, very trustworthy and honest. And that's how you know, especially if you pick this and not like those of you where you're just all over the place. We don't judge you here. We just read the energy. But if you're in that kind of like, I've been historically calling you scandalous in a loving way, pile 3. If you got like 2 people, you pick this pile with not knowing who would show up. They both did. And Spirit is saying one is very clearly a yes. And one is, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but it's not the healthiest option. And the person that is in the third party, when you talk about third parties, and I'm going to find everyone else in here, it's the one that's the most trustworthy and honest, right? The one that is not in this 5 of Swords, sneaky betrayal like energy. Those of you where it's brand new, it's someone you're getting to know or trying to get to know, this person is going to be totally different from your past. That's why you're coming in with the people that are either in third parties or the people that are asking about someone that is either moving on from someone or they're asking about someone after they've recently moved on from someone else, right? So like this person's going to come in completely different. Like they're going to come in completely honest, completely trustworthy. If you don't have baggage, if they don't have baggage, completely trustworthy, completely honest. You might not even believe it. You might be like, this is not real, right? That may be this illusion-based energy for those of you where you don't have baggage and your person that you're asking about doesn't. It's like, this doesn't even feel real. It must be fake. It's not. You gotta guess. It's good luck. This person just truly doesn't have an underhanded, like, bone in their body. If we're being honest, this is a beautiful energy coming through for this person. Okay. So that's what I want to get through for those of you where, it's just, you don't have all of this baggage that we get in the pile. So those of you where you do have this baggage, again, the one that is not this self-sabotaging, spiteful person, because this is also 5 of Swords historically, traditionally, I mean, maybe this is your history, right, with this person. But Five of Swords, it's someone upright. It talks about a person that doesn't mind burning bridges, right? Because like, not in this deck, I don't have one to show you. If you're familiar with that card, it talks about someone that won a battle but they didn't win anything. It's like, okay, you've alienated yourself because you've made enemies of everyone around you. Yeah, you got what you wanted, but at what cost? Because now you're alone and no one like trusts you. So if that's your energy or this person's energy, just know that the getting alone energy that's dominant here is not that one, because of the Five of Swords. And I say your energy or this person's energy, it could be history. It doesn't have to be you or them specifically. It just could just be people you've dealt with. Okay, so you're gonna have to find yourself in these general messages. Yeah. Okay. So let me pull more. Death card is an ending of some sort, and that is also eighth house of debts, inheritances, but sensual energy. So there's a history of sensual energy, possibly. Those of you that are in this pile, and I'm not talking about you where you're like, oh, this person's too good to be true. If this person's too good to be true, I'm telling you, they are not. Leave this other energy alone if that's what you're worried about. Okay, like if you don't have third party energy, you don't have trauma from an ex, your person doesn't have trauma from an ex, y'all just living your lives and getting to know each other, they're not too good to be true. Live your life. All of this other baggage in the pile, okay, like debts, okay, that illusion based energy, right, could have something to do with money, a loss of money. So watch that. And also death is also a call to cut something out, especially with the Five of Swords reverse. Y'all always get the most serious, intense energies here on this pile. King of Wands in reverse. That's that illusion-based energy. It's upside down. Okay, so you may not be seeing the situation clearly, pile 3. Whoever you're asking about. For better, for worse, right? Because I talked about for better, right? Like you're thinking this person's possibly shady, sneaky when they're not, because you're not used to being treated well, or you're not used to people that are that trustworthy. And that is, by the way, those of you where you're worried about this person being untrustworthy, their approach is to continue to be that way. And it's freaking you out, which is hilarious to me. You need to unpack that baggage. This person is nice, they're kind, and they're trying to help and support you. Okay, especially if you've been tired and they're helping support you, you know, like whether through emotions, financially, or whatever. Like if they're helping you, they're genuinely helping you, okay? Like you're suspicious for no reason, okay? So just like that's their approach to getting you alone. They're wanting to nurture the connection and get close to you, okay? And your paranoia has you in the scandalous pile. Okay, so welcome. But those of you where, again, you have baggage or this person has baggage, regardless of third party, you're not seeing the situation clearly because you're tired, you're drained, possibly overworked in some way. So like you're either overlooking red flags in your person, right? Or you're distancing or pulling back yourself from your person, right? Like, so if you have a good person, you're distancing yourself from the person from your person, even though they're here to help and support you and could be good for you. And then those of you that are not in that energy, you're doing the opposite. You're pouring all of your energy and your blessings into someone that is incredibly draining. Okay, so, and that's for those of you not in third party. Okay, you're just one of those polarities. If you have two, because I said who told you you could have, who's told you you could have two? But yeah, I mean, if you have two, you're gonna have to decide which one is super draining and which one is a prosperous energy. Okay, like I said, younger possibly with the 20 and the 27. Sunflower might be you in the middle because there's 3 cards from that deck. Yeah, I mean, you'll decipher who these people are. Let me see. But you're not seeing things clearly because you've got the Five of Swords in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse, and it seems like you may be suspicious of the wrong people and trusting of the wrong people. So the people that you should be trusting, you're suspicious of, and the people that you're completely trusting of are actually draining you, and they may be why you're so tired. Okay, Y'all always come to me for these love readings, and I tell you, if you would just watch the other readings like we say, it wouldn't show up here. Just so we're clear. Like, I'm clear, if you would watch non-love readings, because you're probably that pile that never watches other readings. If you would watch non-love readings, when you pick piles, none of this would come up because you would have already gotten these messages like you were supposed to get them. So I'm going to get it out. I'm going to move past this energy. I'm going to close this out and reset so that we can get on to topic, because it's, y'all always do this to me. Lately, y'all been doing, I don't know what y'all are going through. Tell me in the comments what's happening and why when I do these readings, all of a sudden, it's been a shift, okay? It's been a shift away from that, the devil. Yeah, you got like a devil around you in some instances. So some of you, even if your person's fine, and that's your paranoia. Like, some of you are paranoid. Some of you are, you have a devil around you, or 2 or 3. And let's see, some of you, you're asking about a person, but like your attention needs to be on like people around you that don't need to be around you. And let's see. Yeah, because devil is Capricorn energy. It is 10th house energy, career, social status. Okay. So people could be draining you in that instance. It could be your actual career draining you. Make sure you rest and reset, especially since you've got King of Wands and 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Now, on a lighter note, I see very clearly if your person has tendencies of being a workaholic, of prioritizing work over connections, they'll either reach a point of success or will realize that you can't keep running themselves into the ground with this rest and recovery energy, and they'll prioritize the connection more. And that will be how they get you alone. They'll start feeling more blessed, they'll be more rested, and they'll have more time and attention for you. They're going to stop self-sabotaging and stop putting all their focus there, right? They'll gain control, because the devil, in a positive sense, in a lighter sense, is gaining control, having it together, right? They'll get it together and figure out how to juggle their priorities so that they can work and enjoy the harvest of the blessings, right? With the sunflower. At the bottom, 10 of Wands. Yeah, that's that overextending energy, overexerted energy. So some of you, if you're wondering what's going on with your person, regardless of everything that's come before, they need rest, they need space, they need whatever, because rest, recovery, 10 of Wands, that is maxed out energy. The King of Wands can also be maxed out energy, because King of Wands is all about passion, energy, enthusiasm. In reverse, it's stagnant. It's, oh, I've overexerted myself, I've done too much, I've burnt out my energy, I'm running on E, right? Yeah, exactly. So, and honestly, 5 of Swords can be someone that has been attacked, right? Because 5 of Swords upright is your self-sabotaging ways. I can see it being the opposite in reverse, like, oh, you haven't self-sabotaged, you did everything right, but people still attacked, bombarded, out to get you, took advantage, all of the things. So that could be what's going on with your person. And that's why all of this stuff came out before we can do the get along. So space and break first. After rest and recovery for you or this person, because Spirit is also calling you to slow your roll and pay attention to lots of red flags in your life, lots of things that are going on, all of the things. Yeah. Let me get into these oracle decks, because this time I need to wrap this up. Pile 3. If you guys want me to do another, because it's been a while since I've done that kind of reading, but I haven't had a lot of time, so I've been doing readings that I know you guys would watch, but I have kind of been called to do a what you should be focused on reading. If you guys want that, like, comment it below, and like if people comment about it, like, make sure you thumbs it up so I know that this is something you're actually interested in, so that it doesn't keep taking over your readings. And I can do one of those, who's sending negative energy your way, what you should be mindful of, what you need to be focused on, kind of a reading, and put out for you guys, okay? Very soon. Be clear about what you want, because within the blink of an eye, it will be yours. So that's another reason why it hasn't been that hugest of a priority. This person, how they will get you alone is going to happen very, very soon. 10 of Wands is, again, maxed out energy. It is a conclusion of something. So very, very soon. Okay? It's going to come in very, very hot. I am going to have to pause in a second because this went longer than I wanted. And I'll come back and close out those other decks. I'll finish this deck, but I'll finish this deck and I might do the astrology based one, but I do have more decks. So you guys sit tight, fast forward, do whatever you need to do. Tell me more about how this person will get my pile 3 alone. Spiritual awakening. Your partner is sensing that there's something profoundly important about this connection. Okay, so those of you, my third parties, my paranoid people that are thinking or suspicious of people that you shouldn't be, that are trusting of people that you shouldn't be, you're going to get all the clarity you need soon. Don't even worry about it. It's going to happen. You're going to know exactly who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay? You're going to get it. It's completely fine. Okay? That said, my people that are just here to see this person, where all of this other stuff, you're just like tuning it out, and because you know it's not your narrative. You're not tuning it out because you're ignoring the messages. Like me and my person, I probably am a little paranoid. They're nice. I'm wounded, right? You're going to realize very soon how much you can trust this person. And even those of you on the polarity where you might want to need to leave this person alone, very soon you'll have that awakening. You'll have that epiphany. And those of you, again, where it's choices, you'll know what choice, what to do very, very soon. Okay? Spiritual awakening is upon you. Okay? For better, for worse. And your person, and some of you, this isn't you, this is your person, right? If this is your person, very soon they'll have an awakening. Because I did not read that dominant energy of you being inserted into a third party. Like if this is your person and you're wondering what's going to happen with the third party, that if you're in one, very soon this person's going to have the spiritual awakening. That said, for better, for worse, because again, I don't read you to always be the high grounded moral one, right? Because I don't know what you guys have been going on. What's been going on with y'all lately? I don't normally get this much dominant energy that is like third party. So maybe, I hope not, but because I say hope not because there's so much going on in the world. Like you could be doing a lot better than being trapped in third party situations. But if a lot of you have recently gotten in that, like wherever you fall, but if I'm reading these two, because you're trying to see how this person's going to get you alone. If one of these two people is you and you know it's the third party, or even if you don't know the third party and you know one of these is energies is you fall where you fall. Like I'm not going to tell you because you're my subscriber that you're this Vine number 27 energy. Okay. I'm not going to tell you that you're that. You could very well be the one that's draining. So know yourself. And I love how honest you guys get in the comments, because some of you will say, yeah, I'm definitely the poppy. And I'm like, leave that person alone. Stop terrorizing them. But just know where you fall, and whatever it is, it is. I will say, if you are in the third party and the sun is coming out, it stopped raining. Clarity is upon us, okay? For this, I hate to be all ominous, but like for this pile, clarity is upon us. If this person is not knowing what they're doing and there's illusions and blah, 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 if you're the vine, they're going to awaken, and whatever you want to do, you'll be able to have option to proceed. If you're the poppy, I don't know. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Poppy is illusion, it's draining, whether intending to be or not. Possibly even immature. Like it is what it is. So just very soon, spiritual awakening. And I'm gonna pull one more for this deck. Okay, well, I get 6 more from this deck. Wow. Y'all kill me with this. So I guess I will take them because look what's here. Third party. There's something or someone that is affecting your relationship. It's time to address it. So awakening. Unfortunately, because of this, some of you, you're asking about someone that's going to get you alone. You're going to learn that you're in a third party. Please do not like overreact and just take that message all of you, but some of you, right? Very soon, spiritual awakening. Because that's why you're like, it's like spirit's like, okay, you're asking how this person's going to get you alone, but you're going to realize you're in a third party situation. You should not be worried about how to get along with this person. You need to be worried about the fact that you're in a third party situation. That's what spirit says. And I don't know that I've ever had a reading like that. I don't know. Maybe this magical botanical oracle is really raw. I might just keep using it, or maybe stop using it. I don't know. But spiritual awakening of a third party. Okay, some of you. Others of you, it's been the energy. We've already been around it, right? Like I've already gone over the scenarios and how it's going to happen, but third awakening. And then you've got warm embrace. Let yourself enjoy your partner's loving arms around your body. Their touch ignites a flame within you. All right. So if you fall on the really positive side, okay. I'm going to talk about the third party thing. So interferes. As you face your interferes, you recognize what is holding you back from attracting a healthy and loving relationship with others and yourself. So good. So I'm going to, those of you, no third party. Okay. Because I can't even talk about old, new, and all of this. Is a lot going on. Those of you where it's not a third party, don't self-sabotage, right? This person's not shady. You got your confirmation. You got your yes. It's just in your head. Okay, don't worry about it, right? Like you're thinking about it, and you're going to realize that it's all in your head. Especially if you're paranoid and you think this person's shady, and you think they're inserting you in a third party. You're gonna realize that it's not. Okay, you're gonna get the warm embrace. You're gonna face your fears, and you're gonna move past this. Okay, especially if you're just wounded from past connections. Okay, now third party where you know or strongly suspect, it's gonna come out, and it's gonna come out because at the end of the day, if you have the choice between two people, you know it's gonna come out because you are gonna awaken to which one you're gonna pursue, right? You're gonna face your fears. You're gonna figure out what it is you actually want, right? Give me a second. All right, Pile 3, I am back, and I've decided that this is going to be its own separate section. Okay, so like Pile 3, you get like 2 piles or something, because I need to cut through this energy really quick, and then I am going to then hop on to the topic because it's way too long. It's way too long. So you'll have a section that's going to be something like this one that we're doing is going to be like messages from spirit regarding your connection or connections with an extra S, depending on whether you're third party or not, if that's you or your person. And then we'll hop right into the how they will get you alone energy as its separate section. Have to do it that way because I was not expecting this. And I say this a lot in my readings nowadays. So you guys are coming through for true messages, which is good. But yeah, so 5 cards here, and I'll look at the bottom in a second, but what I'm getting, and I don't know if I said it, but I was gonna say it before I had to go away. Very soon, spiritual awakening regarding third party. So you'll either receive clarity that you're a little paranoid, there is actually no third party, and you'll be closer to your person as you deal with your fears. It could be your person that receives the clarity that you have not inserted them into a third party as you two get closer and deal with the fears. Or if it is an actual third party where it's you that is inserted your person into a third party, or your people, because there's 2 people here. You'll realize very soon what you want to do, right? And you'll face your fears and be with that person. And if you are in the third party, like as in you've been inserted into a third party, whether you realize it or not, if you don't know, you're going to find out. But if you know and you're trying to see what's going to happen, you'll see the person's going to realize very soon. Now, remember, there's a story here from this chaotic deck that I like it, but I need to pick and choose which decks which readings I use it for better, but there's personalities here. And again, very clearly, there's a vine. And even if you look at the sunflower here, right, you see the bees and it's like extending like a vine. Looks like the vine, right, is the energy that will be receiving the positive news. The individual associated with that poppy energy will be receiving the negative news. Okay, if you're in third party or if you're doing third party based on your decision or this person's decision. Okay. Woo. All right. Y'all have been a lot. Maybe that's why I haven't had as much energy for readings. It's like I subconsciously know it's going to be a ride. Okay. At the bottom, you have higher self. No matter how dark or muddy your path may be, trust the guidance of your higher self. This pile is extremely muddy. Absolutely. So, higher self. You'll get the wisdom, you'll get the awakening, the wisdom, the guidance you need, or this person will get the guidance that they need. And I love how the bottom actually closes out that message, that I can move on from it, and I can go forward with how they will get you along, because I almost forgot what the actual point is. And 3, 4, 5 is the minute that we are talking about it. So steps, this person's gonna take steps. Okay, it's gonna happen very soon, and probably when all of this stuff clears up, I think this is the point where I cut from the previous section of the pile. If you want to know the connection, go back, watch that section. But now we're talking about how this person's going to get you alone. And it's going to be once they have a revelation, or once you have a revelation. It could be the both of you, from their higher self, from spirit, some type of spiritual awakening about what it is that they want. And there is a heavy third party influence. We do have the card on the table. If you watch the previous section, you'll know. But if not, third party could be various factors, lots of confusion. It could be meddling people. It could be job, right? That is on the table. It could be life, responsibilities, all of the things. This person's going to get you alone once their life settles, right? Once all of the external factors settle, right? And they awaken to what it is they actually want. Once they take the rest they need, and again, this could be you could be mirroring them, or I could be reading, once they realize you've gotten your rest, once they realize your life has stabilized, that's when that's when I see it happening. But it is going to be very soon. There's going to be an awakening. Sunflower is yes. Vine is good news after being drained. So like I said, 10 of Wands, overbearing responsibilities. Once you get over that hump as a couple, as a group, or your crush gets over that, then they can start pursuing. But it's gonna come by means of an awakening, a resounding yes. Like they're gonna hear a yes about you, and that's what's gonna put them into action so that they can pursue. And again, if you watch that previous section, you'll know that there's some of you here that won't get the yes. The yes will be a moving beyond the connection. You'll have to watch that other section to figure out if that's you. I'm not going to go back into detail about it, but yeah, that's what it is. Now, the thing about getting you alone, this is a person that's going to make you feel very valued spiritually, right? Like this person may be spiritual, or you may become, or you may be spiritual, right? This person's like gonna feel divinely connected to you, and in that divinely connected energy, they'll be more open and more interactive with you, or they'll be pulled to talk to you for the first time if this is a crush, right? That's what I'm getting for this pile. So let me pull, I do have 4 more decks, hence why I had to split what was going on, because I need to get into what we came here to see. So I do think I closed off all of that energy. So tell me more about my pile 3. How will their crush or partner get them alone after this awakening? And I think that's why we had this chaos, is you and or this person needs that awakening. Let's see. It's not as chaotic as I'm making it seem, by the way, so don't be afraid to watch that other section. There's messages that if you have time or you're interested, you may need. Tell me about pile 3. How will their person get them alone? Earth. persistence, patience, and practicality. We have Taurus, we have Virgo, and we have Capricorn. Interesting. Okay. Stability, which makes sense after the previous energies. Stability, patience, practicality, solid. We have Capricorn here twice. Stable, building, long term. Like I said, the Capricorn energy is career and social status. It is public perception, right? It's how people see you. So making sure career and social status rules titles. When we talk about labels, you may get official labeling on the connection if you haven't previously had it. Those are the types of things that will show you that this person's working to get you together intimately, or you may have discussions around those types of topics. Okay. How they will get you alone. And I know how they will get you alone is about intimate energy. So if you're already dealing with this person, granted, if you're a couple and you're together every day and you're intimate regularly, think of how they will get you alone as far as intimacy, a deepening of intimacy, right? Versus just having sex just for the sake of a deepening of like an actual connecting, because that seems to be the approach Spirit has taken over the reading. Okay. But yeah, persistence, patience, practicality, that stability, more roses. Okay. I got two more. We'll take them. Yeah, we'll take them. House 9. We talk about spirituality, right? Spiritual growth, heart fluttering. That's House 9, Sagittarius energy. It's all about expansion. Jupiter is expansion. It is about abundance. I do see some glow up happening for someone, which often happens with the spiritual ascension. So it could be you, it could be this person, it could be the both of you. But someone's gonna learn a spiritual lesson here, for better, for worse. And that spiritual lesson is gonna open the gate for your person to either walk away or get closer to you in terms of getting you alone. Okay, you have Virgo here. Integrity, reverence, and service. Okay, so dominant energies for this pile are heavy earth, right? We do have a lot of fire on the table, but it's heavy earth, predominantly Capricorn and Virgo. Okay. So I did mention those of you where it's gonna go away, but stepping in with earth of the stability, persistence, patience, practicality. Letter P may be relevant. House 9 of growth and evolution. Virgo energy is day-to-day life. It's integrating spirit into the 3D, right? So that spiritual awakening to, actually, ironically enough, spiritual awakening and spiritual growth together, right? It talks about an ascension and an evolution and a realization that leads you to day-to-day life, right? Integrity, reverence, service. I associate the sign of Virgo and 6th house energy with offering, because it rules, like I said, acts of service, like community service and giving and receiving in equal parts, but predominantly giving and nurturing. So like I said, building stability, integrating you into their day-to-day life, especially since if you watch that previous section, I mentioned that this person may have a difficulty with balance. They may be overworked and needing rest and recovery from overextending themselves. This person, I'm going to repeat this part just so that you don't have to go back if you don't want to. This person may have experienced some betrayals. I say that because 5 of Swords is a self-sabotaging energy. In reverse, it could be doing everything you're supposed to do, but people still kind of taking advantage of you in a certain way, right? And regaining control. And then, but it seems like once this person stabilizes, rests, recovers, they're going to kind of invest more energy into the connection if they haven't previously. And even if so, it's going to be a level up of that, right? But all of the sensual energy surrounding this pile is deeply spiritual. You probably want to select another pile. I can't remember which one. But yeah, it's all about acts of service. I heard the word gratitude, investment, day-to-day life. Virgo rules health and wellness, right? Caretaking energy. Someone's taking really good care of themselves. Could be you, could be them, right? Once this person rests and heals up, though, for real. If this person's burnt out, that's an indicator, okay? That's a huge indicator. but it is leading to ascension. Okay, so let's see. I was going to pull one more, but I'm like, conjunction, a union, merging, coming together. Exactly. So this person, once they get themselves together and they can focus on their stability, their health, their wellness, their spiritual ascension, that is when you can expect that evolution of the connection, that getting you alone to become the highest priority. But this seems like someone that wants to be in a relationship before they get you alone. Okay? Because you have a conjunction here, union, a merger, right? Getting you alone. Step one is commitment, right? Conjunction, merger, all of the things like that. Clearing out all of that energy from the previous section makes sense. This makes sense considering what happened in the previous section, that this conjunction would come out with getting you alone. Because if we had to sort through all of that first, we're finally reaching the conclusion of something, especially if this is a third party where one person goes away and the other stays. If you are in a third party, you need to go back and watch that previous section. I'm telling you right now, that will help you determine, because I'm not one of those readers. And I said that at 13 minutes and 33 seconds. So this is a clear message. Okay. It may be one of the clearest ones I've ever delivered when it comes to you guys and the stuff that goes on in your connections. When you go back, if you're in a third party, if you want to know if you're the person that, if you want to, so it's like three scenarios. That's why I'm like fumbling over it right now. If you are uncertain between two people, go back and watch it, because you'll gain a little bit of clarity if you sit with yourself and the messages I gave, what it is you want, or what it is that's good for you, that you're being pushed to. If you are you've been inserted, probably against your will, or maybe you're fighting for it. Some of you fight for it. Do what you need to do if that's what you want. You're competing for someone and they're making a choice between the two of you. You'll know which one, because one is a clear go, okay? One is a clear go. So go back and watch that section. You'll see what I mean, okay? But yeah, I'm seeing a merger, right? I'm seeing Earth into house 9, stabilizing, grounding in spirit with this service-based energy. So this person's going to be very grounded when they deal with you, especially if you are the person that's controlling. I guess I'll use that word, the third party, right? Because it's always a polarity. It's a general message. Some of you are choosing between two people. Some of you are one of two people going through that. Others of you, you're not. So don't even worry about it if you're not even in a third party. You can go back, because there's still messages for those of you that are paranoid and have trust issues, that are wounded, probably from past third party situations. But again, if you're choosing, you'll know exactly what to do. You should know if you go back. But yeah, grounding in this energy, okay? They'll treat you, they'll be very loyal, okay? 5 Swords reverse is loyalty. Virgo energy is loyalty, right? So if you, whatever you decide, if you choose correctly, that person will be very loyal. If this person chooses you, they'll know that they have a history, right? That they need to prove loyalty to you. And that will be why you have this conjunction energy of making sure that it is a stable connection prior to getting deeper into intimacy, rooting it in spirit. Okay? Interesting. You guys pull the most interesting energy out for these piles. Okay, at the bottom the reset, you have past life relationship. So again, it could be many lifetimes of this chaos, if you believe in past lives, or past life could literally be breaking up, getting back together, going through this, third party, that drama, this, especially if you've been together for years. It could be that kind of game, or I don't like to call it a game. It could be that kind of karmic cycle where you two kind of constantly push each other to grow and evolve through scandalous, chaotic, and in some instances toxic situations. Okay, so let me pull more to see how this person will get you along. This person's going to be very, very nurturing, very giving. Like when I say giving, and I don't mean like just necessarily physical gifts, I mean energy, effort, like love, like doing things, like acts of service, right? Like that's the theme because of this Virgo sign here, acts of service. Building with the Capricorn, building and acts of service. That's your two dominant energies, because those are your two main signs on the table. Okay, since they're both here twice, tell me more. Yeah, I mean, honestly, some of you, especially if this is a brand new thing, I love that you guys are slipping out, because I'm like, where's my brand news? I like to look out for my brand news, and here you are. This person is like manifesting you. They're praying for you. Like if you don't have all of this baggage, this history, you come in with these powers because you may have trauma. This person may have trauma, and maybe that's why this person's like praying for someone like you, manifesting someone like you. Like this is someone that when they see you, and like if they don't interact with you, they're like hoping, praying for the right opportunity, right? Because this is also planning energy, Capricorn, Virgo energy. Like Virgo is attention to details, which all of you in this pile need to do. Whether you're overreacting to this person due to past trauma, or you got yourself wrapped up in a situation, attention to detail is key with this Virgo energy. Okay. So, but yeah, calling in your soulmate, it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So either they're manifesting you, you're manifesting them. It could be both, but yeah, definitely someone is really gonna feel like a prayer has been answered. So this is someone that will, work to get you alone after feeling like they'll feel like you're a blessing. There was a lot of energy here if you came from that other section for the same pile, where it talked about blessings, right? This person will see you as a blessing, or does see you as a blessing, or is awakening to seeing you as a blessing, or you are awakening to seeing them as a blessing. And by that shift of energy, the connection deepens, rises in elevation, rises in frequency, I'll say, and you two can kind of step into a higher energy of commitment and do the thing of intimacy. Okay. Tell me more about my pile 3, how they plan to get my pile 3s alone. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So my crushes, this is it, right? Like a new love. This person is like calling in a new love with you. Like they see you, they like you, they're insecure within their fears, but like they really wanna. And some of you that where it is like a brand new crush, they're wondering if you're dating someone. Some of you are, and they're like waiting for their chance. Like they're hoping you break up or whatever. But the brand new crushes energy, this person is like, okay, let me just feel pile 3 out and see if they're with somebody. Like they may ask around about you with calling in your soulmate. I hear some of them like they'll ask people to call you or text you to see if they can get you to come to certain events and all of the things, like to see if they'll see you around, like asking around like what you do day to day, where you go, like a little bit stalkerish, I'm not gonna lie. You do have this here. So, but yeah, calling in a soulmate with your new love. And it's just interesting that you came in with all of this stuff, because like it has to be past trauma from you or this person, because I get a very lighthearted sense of energy with my crushes, beyond those of you that are a little paranoid and like resistant because you're fearful of past trauma, and like you're thinking this person is no good when they're not. I mean, when they are, some of them they're not good, right? So to repeat without making you go back, some of you that are in the crush situation, you're asking how this person's going to get you alone. Some of you got bad vibes about this person, leave them alone, and spirit's calling you to that. But others of you, you're like having like false red flags about this person, because 5 of Swords reversed is someone that is trustworthy and that is not underhanded. Not like, I guess King of Wands reverse could be sneaky and the devil, but you're seeing that. But like the sunflower says, yes, you're good, this is a blessing. This person's not that. You're just overwhelmed, and you need to rest and heal from past trauma so that you can step into this blessing from the poppy into the vine. Okay, yeah. But calling your soulmate, new love. Some of you, if this is an ex, they're gonna try to take their shot at you again, right? Like they'll try to take their shot at you again, straight up. Let me see. I want my third card. I was debating on whether or not I was gonna take one more. Since this is its own section, it's technically not as long, so I can pull more cards. Something hesitated. Tell me more about how this person is gonna get my pile 3 alone. calling your soulmate, that's what I was pausing for. And new love feels like a new opportunity in some sense. So those of you where, even if it's a crush, it feels like a shot. Like this person's going to take their shot in a new way. Like they may see you out and about day to day, but spirit, it may orchestrate maybe like a synchronicity alignment. They may see you somewhere that they didn't expect to, that they frequent, that you frequent, but you've never crossed paths there, and they'll feel like it was fate and just go for it. Okay? Especially my brand news. Now, those of you where there's history baggage, lots of baggage, this person's praying for a new opportunity with you. Okay? That's if you are in the instance of being what they choose, right? If you're what they choose, they're praying for a new opportunity with you. If you're not, like I said, go back to see, they're praying to move on, right? And some of you, they'll decide they want nothing and they'll just pray for a completely new love. But let me pull this third card so that I don't call myself a liar in a second. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna pull one more because you have an incoming energy of unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And like I said, I don't want it to be confusing for you, because I will say third-party readings, I mean, at least when I do them, because I mean, I don't watch that because that's not, but when they would come in, I'd be like, you're either this, or you're either going to go with this person and leave you, or they're going to take you, which is not helpful at all, right? Here, I don't know. It was very, very clear. I like this deck. I may continue to use it just because it does give you answers. There's a clear, distinct energy at this top due to that deck of where you need to move if you're making a choice between romantic options. Okay? Or if a choice needs to be made between you and another romantic option, because you do have unrequited love falling in on calling in your soulmate. So someone, it's not matching the energy. Okay? And you do have deception. So you've either possibly deceived somebody to make them think you're more invested, or someone's deceived you into thinking they're more invested in some instances. Okay? Now, I'm also getting, there could have been a history where that's been the deception of the unrequited energy. Like if someone pulled back and deceived you, right? The unrequited might not be real. It could be a deception. There's a lot of illusions here, which makes sense when you have all of this energy convoluted and intermingling like that. So deception, a little sneaky energy coming through, but I do want one more. Like I said, it's a polarity, very clear one. Go see. All right. And deception wants to be the bottom. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. What is that? Okay, let me see how this is gonna go. This may be someone you have children with, or someone that, this could be someone you have children with, or that you've discussed children with. Some of you, oh my gosh, I wanted this energy to stay in that section, but I'll brush over it a little bit. Okay, some of you, and it's either you or this person, because that energy of the moving on is coming through heavy. It's unrequited because of children. So either this person, like you may have children, or they have children, and the children are a barrier, right? Like they don't want to deal with your children, or you don't want to deal with their children, right? Some of you, they don't want children. Okay? It's not going to work because they don't want children. It's not going to work because you don't want children. And maybe early stages, there was a deception of possibly wanting them, right? Or someone lied about having children, right? It could be that. But calling your soulmate into new love is possibly looking for someone that may not want children or doesn't have children. Okay? because that energy came through really heavy, because y'all just can't leave me alone and let me do my cute little readings. When I try to get all philosophical with you guys, you do not watch those readings. So yeah, but here we go. So let me just touch this before I pull the other deck and see what else I can get about how this person's going to get you alone. So like I said, now that I'm going to step out of this rejection energy, because this is where it is, right? Because we do want to see how this person's going to get you alone. If you are not sure, go back now so that I can leave your energy here and move forward with the people whose energy actually resonates with our intended reading. So go back and watch that first part so that you can see where you fall. And if you feel like you know you're falling into this pile where they're proceeding with you, then you can come back. But for now, just go back. So what I'm saying is, how this person's going to get you alone. Some of you have moved on from connections where people have been a bit childish, right? Unrequited. This person is gonna be opposite of that. They know that you've dealt with unrequited love. They know you've dealt with people that have been immature and childish. Maybe it's even been them if this is an ex, right? That's maybe the spiritual awakening. And because of that, they know they've been deceptive, childish, and distant. So they're gonna come in with a new energy, with calling in your soulmate and new love, right? That's what I'm getting at. Like, they're gonna be different, okay? Like a new person. That's why you have spiritual awakening, a new person, okay? And then those of you where we're talking about that crush energy, where I said calling your soulmate new love, some of you are gonna actually meet someone that you're not even looking at this for. So I love that for you. You're gonna meet someone that has like you got the unrequited love, children. Like, either your crush is gonna just not be what you expected, or they'll reject you, you'll reject them, and then you'll meet someone completely new that you'll be more focused on, and they'll get you alone. And this energy of how they'll get you alone, they'll be very attentive, very involved in your day-to-day life, not really over fixated on work, a lot of time for you, always yes, always giving. And maybe that's some of the trauma of why you're paranoid of, like, oh, I've never had that before. You're used to this energy. That's what I'm getting for those of you with the crushes, okay? But very attentive, very giving, very nurturing. And the person that's coming through in this pile is a very, very giving lover. When we talk about sensual energy, when we talk about intimacy, regardless of what they've done in the past or what you've done in the past, I'm not judging anyone's character here. I'm just the deliverer of the message. Very, very sensual, giving, passionate, attentive to detail lover. This is a person that wants to please you, will please you sensually, okay? So let me pull from this Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle. Right? Some of you, this person will play on your history, on your trauma, which is kind of manipulative with deception. Like, they'll not really they won't necessarily manipulate you, but they'll realize again that you've historically dealt with people that have not given you what you deserve, that have been very immature, that have not been mature enough to start a family with, and then they'll make sure that they don't give you those red flags. All right. Tell me how this person's going to get my pile 3 alone. Heartbreak. Yeah, this, you know what? Some of you, that's why I'm getting this energy. This person that you're asking about, some of you are asking about a person that's not necessarily your crush, but this is someone that kind of has expressed interest in you after a crush, right? Like someone that you could potentially see yourself with, that you're just trying to get a vibe for them because, one, you have trust issues and all that, because we have heartbreak here. We have a heavy, heavy heartbreak here, okay? And, ooh, don't get scared, I promise. Like an ending, like I want to finish that point, but I almost lost the point because I just connected this to that super long section that I just got away from. I love being a diviner, but sometimes I'm like, y'all, I'm gonna have to go eat. Like, I'm starting to get a headache. Like, once I close this out, I need to go eat and like get some water and all of the stuff. I love y'all. I promise I do. I promise I do. I love y'all so much. But Ooh, this is a lot. But I'm glad you're getting the clarity and the closure and the peace of mind from me, because somebody would charge y'all an arm and a leg for this kind of reading. Okay? And I know people that are accurate readers, that are very gifted readers, that charge a lot of money for these kinds of readings, not generally, and they don't get the specific. So whatever point I just lost, let's just go back to this third party, because honestly, y'all need it. Y'all need to support the messages. My crushes and everybody, just take your messages and leave it. But we have another deck. We'll get into it. But heartbreak, and that's why I have this unrequited love in children. So I just looked at this children card, and if you watched the previous section, you know which third parties you better. These are your messages, and I just sat here a long time. You better. This is immature energy of the poppy. If you found yourself, if you're being honest and you find yourself being this poppy, young, immature energy, I'm associating that here with the very clear sign of the unrequited with the childish energy, right? And the deception here, like you may have been deceived, or you may have been deceiving, and someone's waking up to that, right? Or if you are dealing with the choice of two people, the person that is the poppy, the person that is like, because some of you I mentioned in that first section, you don't know, you picked this, you know, you messing with all kinds of people, and you just you don't know who you're picking this pile for. I say all kinds of people. It's two. I see two clear people here, but you don't know which of the two would show up. So you just picked it, just hoping that I would tap into one. I tapped into both because that is me. So the younger, draining one that leaves you needing rest in this children, that's the unrequited. Either, and honestly, even if you've been deceptive to that energy, they've been deceptive to you. I think that's part of the draining energy, that person's not as invested in you if you are the person controlling the third party, just so we're clear. All right? Because you do have a devil energy on your pile. Like, you're not necessarily just the devil yourself. Like, there is a little bit of devil influence here. That's why you're drained. You may be being energetically used or used for any type of resources or something like that. So that younger, underdeveloped, draining energy is showing up in this children's card next to unrequited love. They may not even be as invested in you. Maybe that's the spiritual awakening. Maybe it's me telling you the stuff. Okay? With the deception card, because it could be, I feel like it could be deception on both parts if you're controlling the third party. If you are not, and you are in the third party, if you know that you are that poppy energy from that previous section, here is your confirmation. If this person spiritually awakens, I mean, it is what it is. If not, I'm bringing this up because heartbreak. How this person will get you alone, because there's only one party here that's going to be gotten alone. I hate to say it, but whatever this mess is very soon coming to a close. Okay? And it's going to end in heartbreak for somebody. Okay? And unfortunately, fortunately for the person that is actually going to be alone with somebody, if you're in the third party, whether you're choosing and hurting someone, or someone's choosing or not choosing you, after this heartbreak is going to come from the unrequited love with the children. It's going to be associated with children in some way, whether it is a childish person, an immature person, a draining person, or actual children being a factor in the connection. Okay? And that is where the heartbreak is going to come from. All right? So, and I said that the heartbreak is going to come when someone calls in their soulmate for a new love, a new chance, or something. Okay, and just like that, I got distracted, and honestly, I almost forgot I was filming. I might have to cut that part out, but like, I got a message, and I was like, let me respond to this message really quickly. So, it could be that quickly having a message. It could be a message, but listen, it is what it is. Whether it's you sending a message or the message coming in, that's why the energies of this pile is so heavy. Someone's gonna get someone alone after either cutting it off with someone else, moving on from someone else, or it could also be an energy of healing right? Because the first card you got was one of rest and healing after some really draining energy. Healing and stepping into a prosperous period. So you'll be stepping into a prosperous period, right? But it came after some stress, right? With the 10 of Wands, run down, struggling, people attacking you, all of the things that could happen after the heartbreak. And if this has not happened, don't stress, don't freak out. It could be your person, right? Whether they let you see or not, right? So it's going to be following that heartbreak. And that came out super quickly. You have nostalgia in reverse. So I have no idea what that means. I'm not gonna lie. Love grows. Let me try to see. Okay, so heartbreak leading into nostalgia in reverse. This person does not handle pain and trauma well. They do not like missing someone, right? Nostalgia is a reflecting on good times. It's a missing. This person does not handle it well. It bothers them. And because of that, that's going to make them go. They don't like missing someone. They don't believe in missing people. So if they miss you, that's what's going to put them into action, awakening and moving and doing all of the things they need to do to be in your life to pursue you. Okay? Others of you, nostalgia is also bad times, heartbreak, bad times, right? Because nostalgia is good memories. It's refreshing memories. It's things that you reminisce on and like, oh, that was so great. Like my favorite childhood this. Nostalgia in reverse is like, that's painful history. Okay, so if you have a painful history with this person, that is your confirmation as well that this is your power. Especially if it's an ex. So let me see where we're going with this. Because while we're talking about a heartbreak, a painful history, this card wants to come out, ending. Yeah, an ending. Okay, so an ending to that. Okay? Healing, because again, 6th house energy is wellness, it's healing. We have healing as well. Something about healing and spiritual awakening. I need more cards because this pile is a lot. Okay, a lot. Many loves. I told y'all. You've got third party and many loves. And then let me get one more. Tell me how this person's gonna get you alone. Passion. So those of you, and it's coming out where it's not like a clean cut third party, where your person just kind of has to pull back their energy from like being out in the streets and all of that, like, you know, not being that devil energy, King of Wands in reverse, or you, whoever pulls back their energy, whoever stops doing whatever the stuff is that is counterproductive to the connection, to the union, that opens the gate, okay, to the intimacy. And once it ends, right, because that is at the center, we've got many loves and passion. There was a passion that was lacking with the King of Wands in reverse that led to this energy to begin with, hence the spiritual awakening. So you're either looking for something, much deeper in your interactions, creating a third party or engaging in a third party, right? Whether you're engaging in a third party or you have created one, you're seeking a certain level of passion that you've realized or they've realized is not found in that type of dysfunction, right? And that's part of the pursuit, is the seeking of passion, right? Like this person's gonna do what feels passionate towards you, okay? And if you're lacking in passion, then that's not what they're gonna do. We have complicated, which absolutely it is. I think it came on every single pile. So let me I do have my deck that is going to give me my actual sensual energy, but I want to kind of tap into this energy a little bit more before I do that. How this person's going to get my pile 3 alone. So here's a very pure energy coming through, because there's so much trauma here that you have to cut through it to find the good. I'm not gonna lie. And that's not saying that you're not gonna have any good. It's not saying you're not gonna have any good. It's saying that there's those of you where there's a history, heartbreak, like not good memories, endings, like this person's like this is a redemption arc, right? Whether you or this person's letting you redeem yourself, or you're letting them redeem themselves with that burden. Okay? Because after this ending, you have many loves and passion, which many loves could be multiple parties, but it also talks about multiple passion, many loves of passion, many passions, right? So exploring, this is someone that is dating, doing all of the right things, being sensual in a variety of ways that pleases you, giving you all the things you like, caretaking, like acts of service, many loves, like it feels like acts of service. That's the positive energy here. It's the acts of service debate. Like this is someone that is going to be very helpful to you, that wants to be helpful to you, that always offers up their support and goes out of their way to do things for you and all of that. Okay? Because there's a lot of trust issues on this table with deception. So let me just see very clean cut with this deck, since that is what this deck is intended to do. Tell me, what is pile 3's person? How are they going to get them alone? Acts of service, though. Taking care of you, being very attentive, attention to detail. All right? Working very hard. Capricorn energy works very, very hard. You know, it's ruled by Saturn, the planet of karma, paying a debt. Right? Tell me. I've got 2 in my hand. That's going to be incoming energy. Self-pleasure. Well, step 1 is going to be to withhold their energy. Heal, rest, recover. Allow you to heal, rest, recover. And in instances where that applies. And then not engage you sensually. I mentioned it earlier. Until there is a clear merger, right? A clear union, right? Expectations, exactly. So making sure that your expectations are met. This person will work very, very hard to meet your expectations, whether we're talking about just in terms of a connection, the things you desire in a partner, and your sensual desires. Okay? I told you, this person's like, they know what they're doing when it comes to lovemaking. Okay? This is in reverse, which makes sense. Yeah, hot lover. I want this red one. Proposal. So yeah, and there's hope. So, because I wanted to see that one. I was trying to see what that was. And then you got proposal. So this person's going to come in with a commitment. Okay? If you end up on the positive side of the pile, you're going to get commitment, and that is going to be what they do, because you do have bondage at the bottom. I do need to keep pulling because I'm not done, but you have bondage. So this person may like bondage. They may want to be sensual with you. They may want to tie you up or be tied up, but bondage is a commitment, right? And you even have the ties on complicated. So when it comes to sensual energy and intimacy, this may be my kinky pile, which makes sense. There's so many people involved that, yeah, kinky. But I see ropes, right? So ropes could be tying the knot, right? Like proposal, but it could also be just tying you down in a sensual manner. So let me pull more cards. Tell me more about the intimate energy. How is my pile 3's person going to get them alone, right? Self-pleasure, expectations. This may be someone that asks you to self-pleasure so that they can watch, or they may self-pleasure so you can watch. My kinky satisfaction. I told you this person's going to be very satisfied, and make sure that they satisfy you. All right. What's this? All right, let me get mine. I'm going to pull a bunch because this pile was so long that I feel like I owe y'all some sensual energy because there was so much drama. So much drama. Tell me more about loving touch. Like forehead kisses. This person's going to be, again, attention to detail, very attentive, very particular about how they kiss you, how they kiss your body. Like they're going to get your hot spots, okay? They're going to know your spots, okay? They're going to make sure that, especially if this is someone with a history with you, they'll know your spots, okay? Like with intimate energy with you. If not, they'll learn those spots very quickly. There's a lot of attention to detail and a lot of hard work on this pile. So this is the person really applying effort intimately. All right, need more. Just sit in reverse. Stolen kisses in reverse. So that is an ode to being faithful, right? If that's obviously third party, if that's been an issue, but also it's an issue, it's an energy of not stealing kisses, not hiding kisses, being very open with their affection for you, whether we're talking about intimately, privately in the bedroom, but also openly because you have day-to-day life and we have career, social status. So open energy, like being open about their affection for you. It's, oh yeah, definitely, especially if there's been hidden, especially because third party, usually it's something hidden, right? If you've been historically hidden or secrets, you're not gonna have to worry about that anymore. Very open about it. And this is my confirmation. So let me get more. I think I'll take like 2 or 3 more. I feel like I owe y'all that because there's been so much trauma in this pile. What is happening? Okay, waiting for you to come. Yeah, I mean, this is a person long lasting, like going very long, right? They're not gonna finish until you finish because you're the priority. Someone that talks a lot. The mouth is definitely a thing because we've got the forehead kiss, we've got dirty talking, we've got stolen kisses. So mouth is definitely a thing. Could be an ode to some mouth action. Be freaky for me. This is definitely my freaky pile. Let me get 2 more and I'll close it out with the bottom. Needs to be uninhibited. This person's down for whatever, which makes sense. Emotionally distant. And it's not lost on me that need to be uninhibited and emotionally distant landed on deception. So I will take 1 more into role playing. So yeah, this person is going to be into all kinds of stuff with you sensually. You'll have the time of your life. Okay. Because that's the uninhibited, emotionally distant. It's in deceptions on a sensual level is role playing. All right, pile 3. You're my pile of drama, chaos, and distractions. Let me know if those are the themes of your reading. Because like I got distracted. I had to do something else. I keep getting messages now all of a sudden, which is actually like evening now. So I'm like getting all kinds of messages and whatnot. So that's interesting. But yeah, kinky, into role playing. But you do have at the bottom intimate moments. So I'll put 1 more. And I think the point I was making with the deception and into role playing, that being a point of like foreplay, of pretending that you don't know each other, of like pretending you're other people in the bedroom. Like that's all like I'm not even getting, but again, I do have proposal. This is someone that's not thinking of how to get you alone. They're thinking of how to get you for life. Hence why I had to go through all of your baggage, your whole journey of a connection, because this isn't someone that wants to get you alone. This is someone that wants to have you for life, or they want you out of their life, and you'll know where you fall based on what you call it. Okay, just go back. So I want to put 1 more. I'll take the bottom. Dream lover. Oh, that's not even dream lover. So it might be like a dream, but it's great lover. Okay, so you have great lover. This person's going to be very gifted, which clearly they got people. It's clearly someone that's worth it, that you can't let them go if you have somebody else, or they got everybody running around. If they're putting you in a third party situation, have to be good for something. Okay, so that's what I have. And I do have sexual healing, which we have a lot of healing energy coming through. I believe that sorry, it's almost over now, but there's a lot of healing energy coming through for this pile, which you all need spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. You and this person, there's a lot of healing, whether it's being run down like career wise, because I do get that here with, because you have both signs that rule like work, right? Because Virgo and Capricorn are the two signs that rule like work. That's 10th and 6th house. So it could be career, but it could also be the work on these connections, like this connection, past trauma, pour back, because you do have heartbreak and nostalgia reverse. Even those of you where you don't have this third party, this could just be your history of you have horrible memories with love and heartbreak, and that's why you came into the third party pile, because you're paranoid about a third party that may not exist in some instances, right? Or you're still carrying that baggage and whatnot. So we've been on a really long roller coaster ride, pile 3, and I don't even know what it is about that particular orb, because they're not that different from one another, that like got you doing that. Okay, so this will be a healing experience for you, for better for worse. Wherever you fall in this pile, I promise you it is going to be okay. I promise. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.